Hola, cariños! Hello. That's you! I finally pulled out the plush. Now everyone can see themselves. How's my audio? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, everyone. Welcome in, Dice. Welcome in, Ninja. Welcome in, Cliff. Welcome in, Meme Machine. Thank you for the lork. Have a good drive. Be safe. Welcome in, Denier. Welcome in, Bear. Welcome in, Jay. Welcome in, Ultimas. Welcome in, Blah. Welcome in, D-Rex. Hand reveal. VTubers have hands? Yeah, sometimes. Look at this. This is not an official mascot, but this is basically the cariños. I saw this at a Japanese store and I was like, oh my gosh. Little round. Filled with hope. Little yellow dove. Ohio. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well today. We've got a whole like smorgasbord. Today's stream, we're not gonna have like session 1. That would be too long. VTubers have lives? Yeah. Sometimes. VTubers. Yeah, every time it's like it's not one of those things where like when stream ends we just go to sleep until we eternally wake back up when stream goes live. But today's stream is just basically I forgot to print out a character sheet at work. Big sad. And I thought I had a spare one. I know there's a spare one somewhere, but it's probably lost in the sauce of my many documents and many papers. But I do have an example of a D&D sheet that this is my own character. This is my latest D&D character. Well, quote unquote latest, because our D&D thing has been on hiatus for a long time. Oh, there goes the camera trying to pick up faces. Stop. Literally didn't do that while I was waiting and setting up. This is Tomoe. I usually was all like always female characters. But then I was like, all right, I'm gonna be a male character and he's gonna be a charlatan. And then, because usually I'm just like a fighter class kind of thing. I'm still like a fighter. And I put fighter Oni because it was like homebrew, and all of a sudden like a punch a guy, put a hole in his chest, shot through the heart with my hand, and then I pass out, he dies, and then I like turn into an Oni. That was a whole thing because we went to the sewers, and then like I defeated Oni, then he was like blah blah blah, and then I ended up consuming his spirit, kind of thing. Like he turned into a ball of gas, and then I ended up going and then basically now I'm part Oni. So that's my character. Oh yeah, that was David's character's name. His name is Gorichi. Goristro. Boto. Wow, these are cool. Is this D&D? Hi Zoro. It is. This is like, well, this is like the DM side, honestly, the dungeon master side, or the game master side. What is G? What is G? What is G? G? I'm not sure what you mean, Denier. Is there something on my sheet that says G? Oh, let me move you a little closer. Yeah. Also move this over here. Ta-da! I feel like, okay, now you can hear me a little bit more. Yeah, so the rundown, this session is just gonna be what is D&D, how to play it. We're gonna make our own character. I have spare pieces of paper, so we'll start rolling y'all's stats. We'll start brainstorming some ideas. Those who are in the Discord, I also put a Twitter post about it. No one really commented on it, but I think that's the thing of people don't know a lot about D&D or like what would be cool or not in D&D. So we're just gonna like do that. We're gonna do some sketches of your character. I like to draw my characters. Do I have a little behind for this? No. Usually, yeah, there's usually like a little spot in character sheets that let you draw your character, which is always the fun part. I always feel like everything else is so like, well, not really. It just takes a long time. Character making, it's just session 0 for character making. Takes forever. Is it Christian friendly? Yes, it is. Well, I feel like it is. I feel like there was the old propaganda basically like, oh, D&D is evil, but it's basically just a role-playing game. It's just basically if you did Xenoblade, but like your friend wrote out the plot and then you did characters and then you figured out what you wanted to say by like the scenario of it. So it can be. It just depends who you're playing with and stuff. It's supposed to be like fun. It's just a tabletop role-playing game. It's all very fantasy. There's also steampunk, so D&D is also branched into like fantasy-based stuff. There's Pathfinder. There's other kinds of modules. People homebrew theirs. Mine is homebrew. Obviously, I can't show you my plot because we're gonna play through that. So, was a castle on the left? That's a purse that I got at the Renaissance Festival. I like it a lot. It was just a tiny, like, well, I can't really, like, move the camera because I haven't tested. Well, I did test it, but this is the angle that we got. But it's just a tiny castle. It's a purse, but I put straps on it so it could be, like, a longer purse. And then I added my taiyaki fish to be, like, you know, like the moat, the giant monster in the water. To protect the castle. Alexito, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome, welcome. Are you ready to game? My bad, typo. No, it's okay. I thought you might have, like, maybe I said something, or maybe there's something in the character sheet, or maybe you're trying to say, what's up, G? Many things could have been done. Are you a fighter that fights Oni, or a fighter who turns into an Oni? Either way, cool. My character was a fighter, well, he's a charlatan, that we were fighting Onis for a hot second, and then I end up being, like, cursed. So I end up turning into an Oni. I can't remember if high-key we were trying to figure out how to undo that or not. I think. Who I remember playing Xenoblade, and Jemmy looks like Jemmy looks like Pyra. Is Pyra a Xenoblade character? I haven't played Xenoblade, as you can tell. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what would be a good start. So first start, D&D, explanation, the short TLDR. It's very fantasy based. Basically that's it. You, as the characters, you all make a character sheet and you band together, and then your dungeon master, game master, it doesn't really matter, unless they have a preference or whatever. You know, creates the world or runs the world, and basically kind of like it was like if you played Dark Souls or a JRPG, but like in person. So LARPing it, a role-playing game, basically, is in the nutshell of D&D. Last summer, was it last summer? I think so. It was last summer. Our young adult group, actually from our church, we played D&D with those people that actually knew what D&D was. I think Marjorie didn't know, and she kind of tried, but she was like, eh. But that's okay. They also have a 2-year-old, so someone has to watch them, kind of thing. So she was kind of chilling, watching us try to fight for our lives. But we played a module where we hunt down demons and basically save the day, as per usual for me, stopping impending doom and defeating evil. So that was fun, and usually you can go for a really long time, or for me, I usually do one-shots. I write them myself. Haven't really like followed along a module. Vice did get me some module kind of like references, so we might do that in the future. I did buy the one that was like Teenage Mutant Dirtbags. It's a tiny module based on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Master Splinter is a literal porcupine, so we might also do that in the future too. It's pretty simple, very small, very tiny module. But since I'm a big story writer, I wrote all of my D&D campaigns, and the one that y'all will be doing next session at some point in time when I get all the things ready, will be my own story that I've done a few times, have been able to work out all the kinks and the gears and stuff. So I feel like it's very streamlined, it's very smooth. It feels very anime-esque in the way where everything feels kind of episodic or like cool, like an anime season. Basically, Chad's isekai into a fantasy world is how it'll go. I played it for the first time, a team of 2. I kept throwing it into the boss. You're just like, hey man, we're here. Boop. Ah. Wow, what a team player denier. That's so funny. I mean, the nice thing about being like characters is like you can play it up. I know for some people they're kind of introverted and they're kind of shy, and so they don't really know either one like how to join being shy. It's okay. You can be like a cool mysterious character that only says a certain amount of words, and then when you warm up to your party members and friends, you say like 2 sentences more, you know. It just depends. You can also I feel like the role-playing part really stops some people. You really gotta hone in your inner Chunibyo, if that helps. But basically it's just kind of cool, and you just also think about it as voice acting, because I brought out all my minis. There's a little pony art I got, man, several years ago at this point. Cool. Sounds like a shonen protagonist. I hate titans. Turns into a titan. I hate ghouls. Turns into a ghouls. I hate onis. It turns into an oni. Well, I don't hate onis. We were just fighting them because, well, honestly, they were trying to kill us first. So honestly, it was self-defense. And then he like blew up, and then I turned into an oni. So that's where we're at. but yeah, the one that I had been currently playing. Oh, currently, it's the last one. Our hiatus DND. It's a time travel one where we gotta stop this big bad, but then there's another guy who's also kind of big bad who uses time travel stuff, and we gotta like figure it out and all this kind of stuff. The last session that we had was our Halloween session. Our first Halloween session. Well, at least the first Halloween session I had, the whole thing was a dream, and we wake up and it never happened, which was relieving because my character died. He forced all our characters to die, and then we were like sitting there like, my character, no. And then it's like, that's my first character death. And then it's like, oh, we all woke up in a dream, and I was like, I can't believe this. And then our most recent Halloween adventure was that we had this orb. So the orb was like a save point, and like we drop it and it becomes a checkpoint. So like if we ever have to go back, we just drop the orb, or something like that. And I forgot we had to do something to make the new checkpoint. Oh, I think if you drop it anywhere else, it becomes the new checkpoint kind of thing. So like a loading save, but it ended up becoming like this whole thing where the guy that we got help from for the orb becomes evil. Then we start like time traveling backwards and disintegrating. So our oldest member, Jerry's character, was like 80 years old, and we kept going like starting like as time passes you lose your age, and I was like maybe like 30. So David's character was the first one to go because he was like 15 or something, or maybe he was 19. I think he was like 19. His character, he had original Gorichi character, but then he fell off the cliff. How does this always happen to David? It's always David. Poor David. He literally had a whole slice of life with his goddess in game, while me and Jerry were fighting in the slums and the black market, and then we had to fight a zoo, evil circus to get back Jerry's Kenku children that he decided to adopt. And David just went on like a date with his like goddess while they went to search for stuff. He was basically out of impending doom's way and then fell off a cliff. And I was like, really, David? Really? Why would you? Well, obviously he didn't purposely fall off the cliff, but I was just like, I can't believe this. Me and Jerry survive all odds, and then David's character dies from falling off the cliff. So that's what, you know, D&D is all about. Just all these random things that come together. He deserved it. He PO'd all the NPCs with his scamming and failed deception. We'll talk about deception or the failed rolls and good rolls. Welcome in Sea Cloud Relator, and welcome in Zerg. How's it going? It's going good. I have so many, like, D&D's so fun. I literally explained all of my campaigns devised yesterday while he played Elden Ring. I said, blah, 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 blah. I'm very proud of all my stories that I wrote. Sounds about right. Usual D&D lord. That's how it goes. Is it time for our bird of prey character? Yeah, it's our bird of prey. I like that. I like that, Gladiator. Bird of prey. I'm gonna write that down. Bird of prey. That's fair. I associate you with an Oni Slayer because that's my scruple-free nickname for Demon Slayer, and you seem cool with it. True, I am your local Demon Slayer and a Warrior of Hope, so makes sense. Love D&D 2. I'm getting ready for 2 D&D 5e games myself. Ooh, that's cool, Zerg. Is it on stream or like IRL kind of thing? It's cool. D&D's fun. If you've never played D&D, this will be a very exciting experience because I'm going to run on stream and everything will be camera based, so you'll see all the things. I've got this placement. It's very big. It's a lot bigger than I thought. I used to have like a fabric one, but it was taken away, and I don't know where it went. Sad. Maybe it was stolen, but I can't move it too much because it's also reflective. But this is usually the map. This is where we'll put our minis. Oh, that's what I was saying. I've got some minis for us. All these minis. Well, I don't know if this is a spoiler. Whoops. All these minis were all bought from high school to college for this specific one D&D one shot. So maybe we'll fight this creature. So I'm very excited. What else do we have in here? We got some character ones. I think this is Hikari because of the sword. I can't remember. I literally have to go through all of these minis and figure out what section of the campaign is for what. It's been a very long time since I've opened these boxes. This one I got, I think actually both of them I've gotten in the high school. Wow, that was eons ago. But it's cool. That's when I first got into D&D in high school. And I was like, this is neat. So I'll use this a little bit more later. I'm just gonna put this over here. Put it over my shield. We'll get back to that. There's so many things to explain. That's why like today's stream is learning. We'll make a character. What even is a character? The dice, all good stuff. The new map that I bought came with its own dice, which is cool. Just very simple gray stone looking character colors, but there is a whole business basically about like cool looking dice, and there's even tiny dice, which is pretty cool. I have like some metal ones somewhere honestly. I don't know. I haven't played D&D in forever in person. We used to play it a lot pre-COVID, but then, you know, COVID happened. Let's see. If you like that one, here's something. What do you call a halfling cleric on the run from the law? A small medium at large? That's so good, Gladiator. I love that. That's really clever. It's really clever. When is IRL? Oh, another is from online friend. Don't know if the online friend is streaming it or not, but would like to stream one at some point. That'd be cool, Zerg. Do you have any experience being a DM or just like players? I don't mind being a DM. I also like playing too as well, so it just basically depends. I'm very Chunbyo, and that's just the actor, you know, voice acting, all kinds of cool stuff. You're DMing a group? 30 sessions. Oh, that's right, Gladiator. You did mention that in the Discord. That's so cool. You're a new DM, so I don't know about hosting one myself. That's fair. Once you, like, kind of get into the swing of things, slowly but surely it all comes together. Because I remember being like, I'm so nervous, I'm a new DM. Now I'm like, everyone, you must, must go into the volcano. A Corky Bug, welcome in! A mermaid raid. Hello, everyone. Hello. Oh, this is me. Hold on. Hello, everyone. Soy Melinda Esperanza, your local demon slayer and warrior of hope. My little photo PNG. Welcome in. We're doing character creation right now. We're explaining also D&D in general as well. Welcome in. How are you doing? How's your stream today? Small amount of experience of DMing from a D&D 4e game. Would like more experience. Oh, that's cool, Zorg. Fazbear fan, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Hello, everyone. We've just been kind of like, oh, and Samson, welcome in. I also hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. I'm also trying to catch up. I want to learn D&D, so it seems I'm in the right spot. Yeah, the perfect spot. It's always one of those things where it's I feel like to get into D&D you need a group, and it's hard to find groups, and also keeping a party together is also kind of tough. But my favorite thing is that I did get to finish my one shot with my gaming and anime club, because I used to be the president for both in college, and we did it, and it was so cool. We had so many members, but you know, it kind of dwindles with time, so we had like a solid maybe like 10 people left, which was really cool. And they did complete the campaign with one guy surviving the last boss fight with 1 HP. That's always the fun part, watching your players sweat, yeah, and then try to figure out how not to die. It's just cool, you know. You're just doing your best. Yeah. You're hungry? I am hungry. It was a ton of screams. Whoa. Were you playing what is that called again? Were you playing a spooky game today? Or were you playing like man, I'm really bad at names. Trying to figure out Until Dawn. Okay, it was not definitely what I was thinking. Until Dawn is such a good game. I really want to play it, but I have no idea how to play it. But that's so cool. And also very spooky. QuickTime events are so hard. I'm just like, man, I'm a klutz with buttons sometimes, so I'm like, no. It's on the PC? Wow, that's crazy. That's cool though. Let me see if I can try to give you a shout out. My keyboard is all the way over there. Let me see. Is non-vanilla on the table? Because if so, I would like to Warforge. If I'm allowed to have a character made, you don't have to make an exception for me. I won't be making other people's characters today. So how this is gonna work? No cookie. Let me BRB and then move out of the way of the camera. It's because I can't reach over the camera. So let me just do this really quick. Oops, I ended up opening Steam. No! The Elden Ring other game. Fazbear fan. Oh, there we go. Look at that. We met our follower goal. That's so cool. The kingdom of God keeps growing every day. That's amazing. Let me just BRB. There we go. It's important. I wanted to shout you out. So go check out Corky. Also a Christian streamer. Very kind and very sweet. Would highly recommend. If you've not gone to check her out, that you should. You are also. Thank you for coming to visit. I imagine there was plenty of screaming for Until Dawn, but I'm glad that you pulled through and it was a fun time. Let's see. You want to play a barbarian so bad, so strong. Barbarians. I literally saw this I think it was posted in our Discord, where it was you know, the magic users use like their spell to see in night vision. Rangers use heightened senses to look in the dark. druids just turn into nocturnal animals, and then the fourth one was like barbarians just screaming to mimic sonar, and I was like, that's so funny. That's true. Every class has their own like buffs, you know. The barbarian my campaign has never played one. He's always played spell slingers. He had no idea what he was doing at the beginning. He's like, usually in my other timelines, I would be punching you with magic missile, but now I must punch you with my fist. I don't know. I haven't also played barbarian, so. Hi, John. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome, welcome. Here's a character. An idea for a character: a silver dragonborn sorcerer with gold dragonborn bloodline. Whoa. I've never actually been too familiar with the dragonborn or other kind of creatures. I mean, I kind of have to because I have to look in the Discord because I have some notes that y'all will be most likely your race or like your character type will be a bird. Kenku are also a bird class, but they're more of like ravens and crows, stuff like that. But there is a class where there's just a variety of birds. I know someone threw out there that 3 birds in a trench coat. That would be really funny, but I don't know, man. It was, I want to play again. Oh, did you finish before? Or the Dawn game? Until Dawn? Whoa, I forgot those games aren't necessarily super long. They are very intense though, because of the quick time events. I was so sad. I had played one of those games where at the very end I had all the characters that I at least tried to keep alive. So good. Like I think there's a married couple and I like got them to the end and I just like tiny second missed the button and then he died. I was like, no! And then that was it. So these games are so brutal because there is no save point or anything. You just go, and then if a character dies, the character dies, and that's it. Ripperoni. And it's like, man. And if you make the wrong decision, you make the wrong decision. No. You missed a lot. It happens. I feel like this game's built to do that. Streaming for 9 hours? Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you can relax, get some food, eat some snacks, drink some water. I too have some water. I should drink some water. You two at home should also drink some water. It's summertime out there. Don't be dehydrating. But yes, thanks for coming to hang out and giving us a raid. I really appreciate it. Sharing the community. And I hope you just kind of be able to chill. After like so many hours, I'm just like, Let's see. The only experience I have in Baldur's Gate 3, Barbarian, was everything I want. Oh, interesting. You're just like, this is it. This is the class that I want. Forever. What about the fish people? Kuitao, I think they're called. Whoa, fish people. Well, I mean, your chat mascot is a bird. And it'd be kind of like different if you were all a bird that became a fish. I mean, not impossible. You are isekai. I mean, if you wanted to be a different type of animal, that could be something we think about. Got a new stationary bike, and I'm drinking sparkling water out of my great-grandmother's champagne glass from 1934. Whoa, John, that's cool. I wonder if it has any radioactive tendencies. Nah, I'm just kidding. Well, that's cool. I'm glad to hear. And then cool, the new stationary bike. I finally moved my like bike. Well, not like bike, but like a gym kind of looking bike into my bedroom in the hopes of trying to do some work out. Maybe. Wizard. So why does the barbarian think he can cast spells now? Rogue. He thinks that pan is a magical item. Wizard. What spell does it let him use? Barbarian distant. I cast iron! That sounds so barbarian. That's cool. I love that. You gotta be also D&D. If you're gonna do a cool thing, don't be afraid to get loud. Don't be like, I guess iron. Don't be like, I guess iron! Good point. Let's stick with bird. True, Samson. You are drawing like you're doing like your own character. And that makes sense. You are a fish. maybe in the future, once I figure out the test run of how to like just stream this as a thing and have chat involved, maybe point wise I'll create characters for people. I think that'd be good, having some space, because I did think about like having a point based thing where a high enough points you could have a character in this campaign. You wouldn't necessarily run it, but it would exist. But a lot of people are still new to the channel, so I feel like that would kind of be unfair. In a way of like, oh man, I don't have a lot of points. So I'll let time pass and then points will gather. And then if you want your own character made, we will make it. Swabbed it, no lead or anything. That's good, John. It's one of those things where I never thought about it before until, you know, you get older and the internet becomes more prominent, and then you see people just doing it on, like, testing all their stuff online. I'm like, that's crazy. What's the character so far? Little welcome, man. I hope you're doing well today. So far, well, this is not our character yet. This is just an example. I've been trying to do like a whole kind of rundown of what D&D is, because there's a chunk of people who have played it before, chunk of people who are new to it, kind of getting into it, chunk of people who have only doing the DMing, chunk of people who have no idea what D&D is, chunk of people that want to do D&D but don't know how to roleplay and stuff like that. So I feel like the stream, how it's set up is that I'm gonna run the campaign, I'm the DM, and also all the other characters as the NPCs. And then as you, as the main protag character, how it's gonna work is that all actions that you can do is going to be poll based. So we'll have like a 60-second poll where it's like, all right, initiative has done, I'm gonna roll where you are, you're fourth in combat, and then once it gets to your turn, very like Pokemon based, out of these 4 moves, what are you going to do? And then we're gonna roll to see if you actually succeed or not, and all the hootenanny that comes along with it. And then everyone who's subscribed and or VIP, or not or VIP, and VIP, once it comes to moments of me asking your character anything, or any character talking to you, people who are subscribed and VIP, anything you put into the chat as like speech, like what you want your character to say, I'll kind of like grab a consensus of what you're trying to say and then like say that back, and then we'll probably do like a little like kind of perception of like, okay, what kind of like character voice do you want? I know someone's gonna say Sonic. Just so like cariños can feel like, do you want like a noir vibe, deep voice, high voice, stuff like that. So we'll like figure that out to just have like a cool, be like, hello, my name is Cariños. We'll figure out a name for yourselves, but like, my name's Cariños. I don't know. You also be like, I'm Cariño. I'm from a small town village. I'm here to defeat evil. I am a bird of prey. Welcome, Aloy. Thank you for good lork. D&D. D&D indeed. We need more Christian tabletop roleplay games players. So true. There is a handful of us. We out here. Reclaim and beat the 80s satanic panic image of being evil. I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where you're just role-playing, you know? No one's actually sacrificing anything. And that's it. We're just kind of being chunbios and eating snacks, and that's about it, and then we call it a day. This sounds so fun. I gotta find me a D&D group. I mean, if y'all in the Discord want to do like your own, that'd be cool. Oops, I keep hitting the table. To be fair, my table is kind of small. This one that all the stuff is on. Yeah, it's just so fun. D&D is very cool. Like I said, you get some fun memories, like David falling off the cliff, and also me and Jerry fighting for our lives. Which is so funny because like literally, Jerry went to go find a lead. We ended up in like the dark alley, fighting the black market slave trade, and then David went to go do something else, and he was also like, he had like his own, like not his like temple to himself, but like his god's temple, and he went to go do something else. And then since he didn't know we were over here, we went down a rabbit hole. And then we like had to fight some more Onis and other people. David didn't know where we were, so he just like goes back to the guild, eats a good meal, and then tucks himself into bed while me and Jerry are trying not to die. We are literally like that meme that's a long time ago where it's like a ballerina, you know, and it's all like calm enough, and then like it goes into like the fast music. That was me and Jerry, and then David literally doesn't know where we are, so he's like, all right, well, I just go to bed. Fighting for our lives out here. Egos! Hi, Egos. Good to see you. Oh, thank goodness you're not playing Night Rain. Night Rain? Isn't that the name of the new, D&D? The new, Elden Ring? But welcome, man. It's good to see you. What version are we using? We're using 5E. Look at this player handbook. Classic. All I'm at right now is an excuse to play as an apothecary. Aw, that'd be so cool. A class from the Dungeon Dudes, a YouTube group. It looks so fun to play. Oh, interesting. I wonder, I can try to kind of imagine an apothecary. You'd be like a healer, but also like, I guess you wouldn't really be a magic user, but you'd be like cool. Or you'd be like an alchemist almost. You're like putting things together, stuff like that. Be cool. I love D&D, just haven't really gotten the opportunity to play it too often. DM short and go wild. No! Are you like a forever DM right now? You become the GM. That's what I did. Oh, wait, no, you need a DM. I see. Sometimes some people fall into the category of like you've DM'd for a long time, and then you just stay the DM because no one wants to do it. But you want to play, and so you're like, all right, I'll just take this L and be the DM again. It changes you. That's scary. Ghost, that's funny. What a funny face. I mean, it kind of does. But also, it's nice to have like a balance and stuff like that. Just so like, if anyone wants to be like, you know, kind of giving the DM a chance to be a player. But it also depends. Some people don't also like being players. They like being DMs, and so sometimes they have a preference of also just being DM forever. But there's also the DMs that kind of get stuck being DM forever. I feel like because being like playing Dungeons and Dragons is also like an opportunity, like and it doesn't come by so often. A lot of people get the experience of being a player, but not the creative story, like dungeon mastery kind of side. I kind of started tapping into it because I liked being able to invent my own world and like have my stories just kind of unravel, and then like have people have really cool cutscenes that I like verbalize, be really cool. So just it's very suited me a lot. And then I started making like other D&D one-shots. I just do one-shots. I don't really think I would make a really long campaign, mostly because mine have like an impending doom. They all have impending doom. You basically have to defeat evil or the world ends, basically. You don't have to be the superhero of the world, but you do have to like keep it together and be an indirect superhero, or the world will perish. Well, you'll see in like first session, like it's not a spoiler, first session we have basically you're like, all right, the weight of the world is on your shoulders at this point. Don't worry, as your fellow NPCs part of your group. The nice thing I did with my one shot is that since, you know, it's hard to get a group of people together, I built my one shot in a way where if you as a solo player, you could survive, because I have 2 NPCs that join you along the way. One has healing properties and magic properties. The other also has some magic properties, but mostly is like the meat shield of the party. And so that gives you leeway of being whatever you want as said character. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, I gotta be the cleric to self-heal myself, you know? or anything like that. You could be whatever class you want, and both other classes would make up for strength and for healing. The Apothecary class is very unique. A caster with abilities based around Warlock and Sorcerer mechanics. Whoa, that's cool. I gotta check this class out. That's cool. I can confidently say I'm capable of hurting cats. after a decade of doing that. Good job, Ghost. Someone's gotta do it. BRB, Sergeant's telling me to clean my area. That's important, Denier. Please do so. Thank you for good luck. Also, Melinda, in the fantasy cyberpunk alternate Earth RPG setting Shadowrun, when magic came back to Earth, there's a magic tradition called Christian theurgy. They don't like summoning spirits. What? I've never heard of this, but that's cool. The subclass of the Apothecary are based around medical practices and fiction and history. Oh, and medical practices? Well, I guess that makes sense. Medical practices. Obviously. What do we do today? I'm just kind of explaining D&D. This is just a session where we're just yapping about what D&D is, explaining about it, kind of getting y'all in the mindset of understanding how the stream's gonna go down when we do start session 1, which will be cool. Just so like when it starts happening, I don't want anyone to feel like freaked out of like, oh, there's a poll, what do we do as a character? Ah! You know. And then people who are VIP and subscribed just like, okay, I've never played this before, I have no idea what to say as a character. That's why like a conglomeration, like whatever everyone says in chat, I'll like put together. So like in case you don't know what to say, you're like, I wanted to say witty one-liner here, but I don't know what to do. And some other people put some stuff, I'll make it work. Just so like, and it feels kind of nice because as like chat, you're just typing. You can literally just be in the comfort of your bed or hanging out somewhere. You could literally be like in an Uber and like playing D&D. You don't have to worry about like, oh, I have to make a time and place and like get there and like all that stuff. You can also eat pizza and snacks behind the screens while I unravel the whole world. So it's cool. I feel like it's kind of gives you like, you know, you don't have to like verbally say anything either. I'll help voice act what you want for your character. And then later on down the line, once I feel like chat has a hang of things and we get used to D&D, and then people feel like better and then points have gone up, then I'll open like just like D&D like applications basically if you want to like play in a different one shot that I have created, and it'll be cool, it'll be fun, or a module of sort, we'll figure it out. But I feel like by then it'll be more comfortable and, you know, chill. I like the characters that are like complete opposite of the stereotypes, like a happy-go-lucky rogue and his family's not dead. I wonder, because Jerry's usually the rogue. I don't think he's ever given himself a sad background story. I'm trying to remember. I should like add him after stream, be like, did you give your character sad background stories? Were you Batman? Because like his latest one was, his name's Boto, and just named like Boat. Old man who used to be a yakuza, but he's like super chill and then went into his own father arc, adopting 3 Kenku. So that's a nice thing about D&D. Things just kind of happen, just depending like what you want. So sometimes being a DM, like Ghost said, hurting the cats, because the thing about being a DM, you need to be flexible because you set up the world, but all the actions that all your players do are just so randomized, you know? Like, I want to go here, I want to fight crime. I know when I was in high school, I was like, in my second like arc of being a D&D player, I was like, can I stab my sword through this guy's heart? And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, but I'm gonna kill the bad guy, but like cool, you know? And I rolled for it and I got it, and it was super cool because my other friend David, different David, a high school David, was like, I want to do that too. With his like spear, so we like stabbed the guy 2 different ways through the heart. It was pretty sick. I'm not chaotic neutral for nothing. For me, when I do cool tricks like this. Let's see. just want to go out with the fancy life because he was bored at home. I like that. I mean, it's cool. You don't have to like give yourself such a stereotypical background. You can just make a full-on character with depth. I think David's character was just a guy who's, you know, just worshipped his goddess. I don't remember if he had anything about him. Jerry was just a retired yakuza living the life on the sea and wanting to become a father. And then Tomoe, you know me, my core character. I usually am the folktown hero, but I try to spice it up. So I became a charlatan, which is kind of like a rogue fighter kind of thing. And then, what did I had like these character personality traits, holy symbols to call deities. My ideals were friendship over material. My bonds was like, my love was killed and now revenge. That's basically it. My love was killed, now revenge. I'm a top-notch con artist, so I have a really big ego about, because that's my flaws. So I chose like out of all the flaws, I was like, okay, I would rather have a big ego about like my skills than anything else. My ancestry, notorious money-lender, advantageous marriage, land in a small town, famous general. Oh, parents, has a large castle. Oh, that's right, my parents were okay. They become like very different things. Oh, I have a hankyu. Now I think those were part of my weapons. These are like my fighting style, archery. I have range weapons. Cool. Oh, these are all my items that I had. I had the lamp, 2-person tent, a bedroll, 2 oils for said lamp. I also made myself 5'8". Wow, I made myself D&D version of me is like a few inches smaller than Melinda character. That's funny. Let's see. The Swiss Guard has magicians in their ranks, now protected the Pope. Boo. I love D&D. I play with friends, and I'm a wizard and mage. Oh, that's cool. I've never really played a wizard type, magic type. The only time I've ever played a magic type was having my NPC have elements of magic, which we'll see in the session 1. Kind of cool. Swiss Guard. I immediately thought of knights with yellow gold armor. Cheesy knights. Oh, that's an idea you can hold on for later, Gladiator. When I would play 5th edition, I'd always be like, yeah, my guy here has a family. He sends money to them occasionally. Oh, that's nice. He just wanted to live an adventurous life as a rogue. And he steals from the rich and gives to his family. Your character doesn't have a background? That's the first that I've heard of. Usually we just kind of sit down. We all have a background. Tomoe? Tomoe Mari. Yeah, his name is just Tomoe. He has no last name. I actually never gave him a last name. I think I might have thought about giving him a last name, but I did not. He was human, but then he became Oni. So I don't know if he's like half Oni or full Oni now. It's very complicated. Farmers don't make a lot of money, and like 100 gold pieces is a lot. Look at that. What a wholesome son. Going off on a life adventure just to send money back home. That's it. That's the goals. My character background, I just wanted, since it was different, basically Tomoe is an heir to this kind of industry, basically, and he doesn't want to. They want to force him into a political marriage, and he doesn't want to. And he was in love with this woman who worked at a brothel, and he saved money, low key, or he's gonna spend the money of some of his inheritance to like pay her out, like pay off her debt, and then, you know, he was gonna marry her, all this stuff. But there is also a guy that really liked her at the brothel and kills her so no one else can have her. And he, in this, like, you know, he goes and he's like, I'm here to like pay off her debt, and the other lady, you know, she's like sobbing. They're like, what happened? And it's like, they killed her. And it's like, and so now my character is bent on revenge. And so he used to be like some other type of guy. He used to be like just an heir to this company, but now he like built up some skills and became a charlatan, so he can like track down this shady guy and stuff like that. And spoiler alert, in the story, the DM ends up throwing at me that my lover is alive. Like, what? Plot twist. The drama thickens. Hi, Ami. What lore have I stepped into? Not my canonical lore, my D&D character lore. So that was a twist that I didn't see coming for my own character, that my lover is alive. And then I have to like go find her and hunt her down because she was put into slave trade. There's a lot happening in our campaign. According to the rules, chat, any NPC that isn't another adventurer boy should be level 0 or be terrified of skeletons because of walking bones. That's funny. Everyone, well, not everyone. Your character will start off at least at level 5. I usually just start players off at level 5 because I feel like that's the most you level up from there, but also it's enough power and strength to kind of like not let you die from first encounters. My D&D character is a warlock whose patron is dead, but he's also a voice in my head that annoys me so much that I'm searching the world to absorb his corpse. That's crazy. Ami has such deep lore. That's also very clever. That's also crazy. I've never played magic type, so I didn't know, like, makes sense. This guy would just keep talking to you, like, gosh darn it, I'm gonna hunt you down. I don't know to find you. I have a special set of skills. Trying to think what else. So yeah, this is what a character sheet looks like. We'll start sketching, or at least I'll start rolling stuff so we can get some stats for yourselves. If you roll high enough, you actually get bonuses. And then if you don't roll high enough, well, you get negatives. Ripperoni. But seriously, chat, if you saw a skeleton just like walking around, you'd be freaked out. Or at least I would. I mean, yeah. You see a skeleton walking around, it's like, that's not right. It's also like May. The end of May. Thank you, Aloy, for good lore. My patron being dead contributes to my favorite homebrew thing on my spells, having an unexplainable source. So I get to cast basically anything depending on my level, but I have to roll really high. I like that. That's cool. You're just like, I have an unlimited amount of power right now. And that's a good transition to explain about the rolling thing. So how you roll stuff is basically, I'll roll stuff for chat, and then I'll roll stuff also for me, for my own characters. Hopefully I don't kill you on accident. But so the thing about rolling is basically it depends what you're doing too. So like when you roll, depending what you're rolling about, like let's say for strength, my character, I'm always beefy in my characters. My strength is always my highest stat. I had a determination to princess carry any character in my party, so I had to be super strong. But also I just want to punch a guy, so I also be that super strong. So if I roll for like strength, I have 16. My plus 4 is, or my bonus is 4. Now I have an unnatural 20. Natural 20 means like if you land on a 20, where is it? There it is. Boop. Anything you want to do, it succeeds, but like ×2, you know? You wanted to like punch a guy, you like punch him the most coolest way ever. You do like a kickflip and then you like punch him, you know, kind of thing. Like anything you want to do is it's 100% successful. On the flip side though, literally is the one literally on the opposite side of the 20? I've never actually paid attention. They are. I've never noticed that. What? That's crazy. Not one. Anything you want to do, you don't do, and worse. Not good. But it's always like funny things to end up just being like, all right, well, the ball's in my court, and I gotta figure out how the situation gets worse for you of what you wanted to do. The current background for the apothecary I'm making is a successful merchant noble. The thing with him is that he has a secret obsession with pathogens and using magic to enhance the potencies of said pathogens. Oh my gosh, Gladiator, that's so intense, but also so cool. Buff lady. Yeah, I'm always a buff. I am literally always been a night class since I was a wee lass. You never heard of a natural 20? Oh, really? We've always said that. Because, like, a nat 20 is, like, you do whatever you want. But a natural 20 is, like, you successfully do what you want. Still. I did a nat 20 on a water spill and it flooded a room. It's great. You're just like, I cast some water. It's a whole ocean. You were, like, partying the seas. Well, I guess bringing the seas. Some dice are unique and have a complication side where the results can be very chaotic. That was crazy. I had some like heavy dice, but I think I put in a swap meet because one of them dropped and I'm so sad. But this is I've showed this before. This is my magical Do-Re-Mi dice box that my friend Jerry 3D printed. That was so sweet because he like bought all the gems and like put them on for me. It's so cute. I see the Squishmallow plush. Does chat. A golden round orb. I also have... These are my other green dice. This one's separate. This one I had a long time ago. It's like part of some kind of like special edition dice or something. And then these are my other dice. So they're nothing too crazy. Oops. These are dice boxes. This one he custom made for us. But you can like put your dice in here. There's also dice bags. My friend who was running our D&D party, our campaign, like made us some bags. Or no, I think she had a friend who made bags and got us all bags. So at the time I had purple and pink dice. I have no idea where my purple dice are. Maybe I also swap meted them. But I have my pink ones, and so they also can go in here too. Very cool. Try and see what else. Right, we talked about these. I think the nice thing, because D&D is also turn-based, so if you have a big party, or a small party even, you still have to like wait your turn, basically, like very JRPG, Persona style, or Pokemon. So what I like to do is I like to doodle. I also like to draw and doodle, or make notes of like cool moments. I literally have this whole like cool journal log where if we did certain things, I would just like draw said thing that we did. It was pretty cool. It kind of our adventure went so long that I just couldn't keep up with trying to make like cool little journal inserts. At my table, we call an unnatural 20 a dirty 20. Interesting. I've never heard that before. Basically, if you roll plus modifier equals 20, that's a dirty 20. We call it unnatural, and you call it dirty 20. That's cool. An old D&D series I watched had chaos dice, where the DM just got to choose the most chaotic event possible. I don't remember chaotic dice, but there have been moments, it's unlocked the memory on me, where we did have to roll like the percentiles, and then we would see what would happen. But I forgot how we like activated that event. I do not recall. But it was like one of those things where not a good event. But so it's like, well, I hope I don't die. Mid D&D comic making. Deep memory. He was a deep memory. Yeah. This is like a really, really old one-shot. It wasn't even a one-shot. We basically did a session and never returned from a long time ago party. I think, was it K-Night? I think I named her Su-chan based on like My Hero Academia Su. Maybe. I can't remember. Maybe this was before My Hero Academia. Honestly, don't remember. She was just a knight. And I just ended up writing like 4 different things. Like that's the saddest sort of story I've ever heard. Which was, I don't remember what the saddest story was, but sad. And it's like, I don't know what that bard is saying, but I like the beat. I said, I love ye old pizza. And I was like, you steal my kill, I'll end you. And then they really on the back, just some like notes. You will have a lot of notes. Save our squad, save the ship, space fed ship. These might have been notes for something else. But yeah, it was funny. I was like, oh yeah, I do remember saying I love ye old pizza. Sometimes when things don't exist in the world, your DM may be like, I have never heard such a thing, you know? Former Bean! Hermana, are you going to be a paladin? Yo? Pues, no ahorita, pero quizás tú vas a ser un paladin. Estamos haciendo la character sheet para chat, que está aquí. Exhibit A. I probably had to raid a very old evil lair with an elevator and the most finicky elevator. All the buttons unlabeled and random, so we had to run through the dungeon out of order. Amazing. a futuristic ye old bad elevator in a dungeon. You're just like, man, if only this dungeon had 3 floors. I need to find my way into one of these D&D campaigns and write my character. True. Be like, I'm Ami. I'm playing as Ami today. This is an NPC. This is one of the villain NPCs. His name is Reinhardt, and he was an elf. He's 176 years old. He was raised in the upper class. His father was Shinso's advisor, which is, I think, the father of one of the other NPCs that are the good guys. And then he rats out his father to get ahead of the game. He has teleportation. He's a pain in the butt. I mean, he's the enemy. And then I have like other cool images. I like having art for my characters, so like when you encounter said characters, you have a visual. Another rule my group does is crunchy bits. Oh, crits. I was like, crunchy bits. Basically, a nat 20 to hit you automatically. Deals max damage plus regular roll. Example, nat 20 with longsword. Damage would be 8 plus 1d8 plus modifier times 2. Oh, that's right. We also did modifiers plus 2. Crazy. Where's his shield? Hold on. I gotta move this without breaking everything. A shield. But you weren't expecting that. In a tiny dagger. I am a knight, IRL. As you should know. Yeah. Oh, I gotta move the mouse because the mouse was behind the shield. There it is. There it is indeed. My character is another mage with blood powers, but I think I'm a magical boy, so even though my magic is really scary, I'm super happy and all my moves are cutely named. You're just like, you know? It's like that one specific magical boy, no, it was magical girl anime, where basically she didn't have any powers. Well, she did have powers. Except she had to use like brute force to make like the enemies bleed for her magical girl staff. It was a very complex show because she was like a magical girl but a magical boy. And I never got really far into it, but it seemed funny. And I was like, oh my goodness. Brute forcing magical powers or magical upgrades? I have no idea. But I did work on magical girl class. I don't have it here. It's in my D&D binder, which I left in a different room because we don't need that right now. Because it has my whole one-shots and stuff written out. So no spoilers. But I did write in like college. Yeah. What's it called? Magical class. And I also had like a D&D science project where I had different tables be ecosystems, and depending what they rolled, if they rolled high enough, their ecosystem wasn't destroyed. But if they rolled low enough, you would see what happened in 10 years time. Like every round was 10 years time of like how humanity destroys said ecosystem. It was very cool. I stopped playing DVD ever since the math teacher running it in my high school left. Your math teacher was running it, and then he just like leaves. Crazy. Didn't even like try to Zoom. Didn't try to do Skype. I guess that's kind of like He's out of school now. Can't really stay connected. Dang, Ami. I hope that you can pick up D&D again. If you have your characters already, man, you just have one of your friends in your group be like, all right, who's gonna step up and and become the dungeon master. My next character is supposed to be a happy-go-lucky bounty hunter, gunslinger type thing with a very wholesome backstory. Ooh, I like that, KB. That's cool. He sounds like a cool like pew 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 pew. He only had temporary stay at my school. No, he started an adventure and then it's like, all right, goodbye everyone, and now you'll never know the biggest cliffhanger in history. Don't worry, Ami. Now you have a character all ready to go for your next campaign. And then for my villains, I wrote witty. I like writing witty one-liners for them. Not always one-liners, but like bad guys are bad guys. And so I have Reinhardt say, "You must be pretty confident if you think you can get out of here alive," you know? Abba la Espada, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. We're making D&D characters. We're making a character of Chat. This is Chat's mascot. Yellow golden dove. Right here, in the flesh. Welcome, I hope you're doing well today. We're just kind of doing a rundown, explaining piece by piece of what D&D is. Literally gonna listen to country music the whole campaign. I love that. That's cool. I also have music. I'm very dramatic. You know, I want you to be super immersive in said campaign. Like, we're gonna have some really cool music, and when build-up happens, build-up will happen. Cue cutscenes. It'll be really, really cool. I'm very extra, I would say. Very immersive. And there'd be like so much depth to the NPCs. You'd be like, wow, I really did live a whole adventure. It's like having an anime. I just need to find someone, but just find a DM. There are a lot in the Christian VTuber community, but I can't talk to them in the server because I'm not old enough. And that's true on me. You just gotta wait. Just wait for some time to pass. And then you'd be like, finally! Alright, now I have a big question. I love cheesy action hero one-liners. Me too. I also like to say witty stuff to the bad guys. They're always like blah 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 monologue, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna take you down, and then insert witty liner here, and then like, whoosh, you know. I spent the past 5 hours writing? What were you writing? Was it like your own kind of writing? Story writing? School writing? You must be pretty confident if you think you'll leave alive. I have the power of God and anime on my side. Do you have playlists for D&D? Yes, I do have a playlist for D&D. It's got all the songs that are either like battle music, some songs that are like very scene specific. I am very visual and like imagining all these things in my head, so I need you to also like visualize it the same way or similar way. Birthday stream will be amazing. Birthday stream. Are you writing a book, Abel? That's cool. Imagine if eventually D&D, it could have other VTuber voice act NPCs. Whoa! Maybe I'll ask Junie. Can you use your young shonen boy voice here? And Jemmy could be many voices. So it could be Mira and Sully. That would be cool. That would be neat. Ami, you cooking? I don't know if the other girls have experienced D&D. I feel like the closest might be Mira, perchance, but I'm not really sure. If we're showing off character quotes, BRB. Hold on, let me read it in my head so I know how to read it out loud. Okay. May my father who sits on high gild guide my hand, and may my brothers and sisters look upon me and know my actions are just. Through your hate, you made an enemy this day. You took my son. You tore my heart. Now I'll burn your world in ash and rot. Rico, the Blade of Wrath. Thank you, Abel, for sharing it. That was pretty cool. Now we got to voice act a little bit. Well, man, Magoon, welcome. What a cute emoji. Little cute little emote. Welcome. I'm sharing some character designs that I've done before. Achievement progress. Thank you for following. Welcome to the land of Chris Minter. We strive and grow. I hope you enjoy your stay. Junior, be the young boy wandering the town, giving the party an odd job to begin the plot. Hey you! That's so cool that you're so rad. Thanks for coming by. Oh, I got a side plot for you. Yeah. Ice Ball. Welcome, man. I hope you're also doing well today. Thank you for sharing. Got to bring your character to life. That was really cool. That was a pretty meta line. Most chaotic D&D I've ever played was with my worship pastor, DM. Oh my gosh, my 2 college pastors, the youth pastor and the young adult pastor from my church. It stressed me out bad. It's funny. Why did it stress you out? Because they were like your college pastors, or because like I don't know. Denier, welcome back. I always come back. William Afton voice. I can't really remember his voice, so. Who's your favorite character, D&D character you've made? Man, probably my first ever D&D character, but also my second one. I feel like they're both. I kind of made this thing where I think her name was Tsukiko. That was my first D&D character, and my second one was Nanami, based on Kami-sama Kiss, just like Tomoe is my latest one. But Tsukiko was a Folktown hero, and she was so cool. And but probably Nanami. Like, I feel like my first character is very good, but also my second one I feel like would probably be my favorite. Yeah, I feel like the first one I've ever made has holds a place in my heart because it's my first character, first roleplay. And then Nanami would probably be my favorite character. She's literally like the strong girl knight again, Folktown hero. But I kind of like did this thing where Nanami is like the great grandchild of Tsukiko, or like the granddaughter of Tsukiko, so she inherits her sword from her battles, and then like that goes on from there. And then she was really cool. She was awesome. She like stabbed the last bad guy and saved the world. It was very sad because I was like I wanted to romance the lead general. See, I can't remember. It wasn't on my agenda, but then the character ends up saying something, or I was like, oh my gosh, they're having a shoujo moment. And I'm like, oh, this could happen. But he's like the second prince, or like the next prince in line, and he has to marry a princess. And I felt like that. I felt like robbed. I was like, I literally saved the kingdom from said bad guy, and I don't get to marry him? And it's like, what? I saved them though. There would be no kingdom to run if I wasn't, if I didn't do the last, you know. Hello, Fanny from the Angeli Twitter. Nice to meet you. Likewise. I'm glad that more people are discovering the Angeli Twitter, but also just being here. That's really cool. Welcome. We're just talking about some D&D, all good stuff. Let's see. They're unhinged and one in blood. Any D&D video games? I can't get people to stay for the campaign. No, that happens, Denier. You know, I mean, when I say like my D&D group, I mean on Fridays we don't actually play D&D. It's on forever hiatus. It might just be like Dunzo by now, but we're only a party of 4 in total. We used to be like, I don't even know how big we were. And then it just kind of dwindled, and now we're just 4 people. And sometimes it just happens. We love Angeli in this household. So true. Rabbit! Hi, Rabbit! Welcome in! Hope you're doing well today. Welcome, welcome. Well, speaking of which, what was your reaction to my Evangelique K-pop meme mail? I thought it was really cute. I thought it was really well edited. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So, really good job, Ami. I really liked it a lot. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to do so. I was like, oh, look at that. It's so cute. It was very fun. It's very cute. Mine was Oyenta the Black, a villain turned hero. Whoa, who's obsessed with power and out to avenge the death of his human mother, the banishment of his demon father, and the life he lived as a lab rat under corrupt false church. Whoa, that is so much like character depth for Oyenta the Black. A villain turned hero though. I like that. Usually it's a hero turned villain, but I like a villain turned hero. I heard quotes were being said. Here's what I found on the YouTube comments. Wise sayings, you said. I just started talking and people called it wise. Interesting. Where did you find that comment? Took a 3-hour nap by mistake, so I'm well rested. Oh, did you do that before you streamed? I imagine that you, because I saw you go live, or that you did make it to stream. I love making community memes and clipping. Someone's gotta do it. So I appreciate it. I tend to make that meme for months, ever since Junie told me like 3 months in advance, all the Evangelique members. I know, poor Ami. You had to like wait in suspense. Like no one else knew, but you're just like, you could literally meme yourself. Like that one meme where you stand and the person standing in the corner and it's like, they don't know, I know. All the Evangelique members. He's a gem. He sounds like a gem. He sounds like the kind of character I would want to like have like a cool feature collab with, you know, fighting evil. There's this one online tabletop game developed by a VTuber. What? Not sure how it works, but I can find some more info. That's wild. That's cool though. Also, I'm glad you had a nap. Sometimes you just need that rest. It was a meme on a meme music video. It was rather strange that I found such a gold quote in there. That's interesting. Well, at least you didn't go very far. Naps are healthy. So true, Denier. So true. Even as a hero, he is ruthless. He also met and married a cute pirate caption. Whoa. Nice. I mean, sometimes you could be a very tough hero. Like me, I feel like I want to make like this cool little animatic where it's like, you know, chat perceives me very comfy, but also me. And it's like me, like cool, gunslinging, sword swinging, defeating demons, punching them in the face. Very, very cool, very tough. When I was on Evangelique members chats like you, and I had to pretend not to know anything. True. Junie was like, I think she told us that Ami was doing like the logo. I can't remember if she like name dropped you at first, or maybe she didn't, or maybe she did. I can't remember. I think she did because we had to look at the logo and all that stuff, and it was really funny. I was like, man, being the person to hold all the information and not tell anybody. I'm gonna dig up old quotes I made, but it's buried deep. I used to have a text message thread. I don't know if I still have it. Back in college, I would just say things and people really liked how I phrased things. And it was very funny. And so a lot of people just called it the milk quotes. I don't know if I've probably said stuff. Like yesterday, I was like, I couldn't remember what Wesker said and Ari, like the separate way. So, and I was like, and he comes on the island, and then he's like, blah, 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 you know? And Vice thought it was really funny that I said blah, blah, blah for certain things. And I'm like, yeah, if I don't remember, blah, blah, blah. Sleepy. You wear a sleepy mask? Sleepy masks are also good. Who's Scruffy? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. I just woke up from a nap like an hour ago. I overheated while working on my car, so I needed a nap. Ooh, overheating sucks. I'm very, like, when it's really hot, I overheat so easily, and it sucks because it's like 5 minutes being outside, and I'm like, ugh. Then I take like a 3-hour nap to recharge. It's so crazy. I made the logo. You guys saw all my sketches. We did. It was such good work on me. Now you get to have that on your portfolio of like Christian group that you got to like, you know, you could be like small startup company or something, like phrasing it in a cool way. Ami did such a great job with the secrets. Truly. Imagine a Melinda diss track. Her words would be malicious. That's funny, Ami. I mean, true. Made a character for a practice session. All the DMs at Reach are having tomorrow night. Whoa! Whoa! That's cool. I didn't know that they were having a practice session. Whoa! I hope that is a lot of fun. Sky, welcome in. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well today. The strongest contract held me down. Junie's pinky promise. It is very important. You can't break a Junie pinky promise. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I did my best to avoid tropes and cliches when writing my characters. Same goes for my books. It just makes them stand out more. That's cool. Oh, Sakiko! Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. I'm gonna stretch. We should all stretch. That's cool. Usually a lot of my characters are just kind of low-key based off of me. They all have Melinda written in them. You'll see especially, well, I mean like pre-Melinda. I just have a trend of the characters I like who have a strong sense of justice. Defeat evil. Save the town, save the city, save the world. You know. Very me. Whoa. Crazy. Aw, man. That just reminds me. I need to put food down from the freezer. My bad. I meant to do that. I was like, man, I'm out of food. I do have food. It's in the freezer. You gotta unfreeze it. Taking a breathing break. You're right. It's good to nap. Also good to take some breathing breaks. Let's have some deep breaths. Nice. What character are you creating? We're creating your character. Well, not like your character. Chat's character. We've just been kind of doing like an introduction to D&D, the role playing, the dice. There are 7 types of dices. All usually like some weapons and some damage has the 1d4. You usually indicate by the top number. So if we flip it, it's a 2. A lot of them other ones are just self-explanatory. Usually the ones that trip people up is the triangle, because it's a triangle, so you think 3-sided, but it's 4-sided because it's a pyramid. This is very interesting. Very cool though. I made a world tree barbarian dwarf and love my backstory. That's so cool! I love that. I tried to make a dwarf one time and then we never did anything in the campaign. Like we said that it was gonna happen, and so I impromptu'd a dwarf fighter, and then we never got around to it. And so I was like, man, my friend is gonna carry me around on an iPad because I'm too poor for Reach this year. You're just gonna have like the actual like VTuber experience where it's like, hey, this is, you just make, it'd be really funny if you did like an impromptu like fake meet and greet, and then like it had a sign of like, me talk to Ami, meet and greet, and then like your friend would just like stand there and like see how many people would be like, oh my gosh, I don't know who you are, but it's cool to talk to a VTuber. You're like, hi, I'm Ami. You know, have your moment of stardom. But also really smart that you'll be carried around on the iPad. That's actually really smart. We're playing tomorrow to see each other's styles so we can best know how to DM for the one shots at the con. That is so cool. I've never actually joined in the Dungeon and Dragon, like the one shots that they have at conventions. I always think about it, but I don't go, mostly because I'm very big on panels, so I like to go explore what panels are going, and like I like to take my sweet time in the artist alley and vendors alley. Mostly the artist alley. I'm just like, wow, everyone's real so nice. I have so many tropes, but I bend and twist them to make them more unique. I love the classic shonen tropes. I love that. You know, you can take tropes and then like, you know what? I want to make it my own. This is my trope now. So it's cool. I gave an AI my backstory for Tinted the Black and asked it to make a song for him. It slaps. Like it actually like made a song like music wise or like lyric wise. That's cool though. I used to prefer hard shell tacos, but coming back to them, they're difficult to deal with. Oh really? Man, I haven't had a hard shell taco in forever. I usually when I think about it, I like the Gordito Crunch from Taco Bell, because I think Vice got it for us one time, or maybe we shared one. I honestly don't remember. But that was cool. It was like a good crunch, though sometimes they are kind of hard. Literally, because then they're like sharp and then they like stab you in the mouth and you're like Christ. Theme character songs? I don't know if I've ever picked out theme songs for my characters. I usually just pick out songs for their fights. The funny VTuber meet and greet on an iPad? Yeah, exactly. I feel like low-key people would be like, wow, that's cool. I got to talk to a VTuber today. Usually they don't happen. They do happen at cons, but the majority, that's why we talked about on a different stream where it's like, if you're ever a VTuber meeting greeting at a con and a lot of people don't talk to you, don't take it to heart. The people who watch you may not be at the convention or that area that convention's being at, but that's not like a ding to like who you are, you know. Merryweather was at a con that I went to and nobody was like in line for it. I was like, wow, this is Merryweather. But like at regular anime conventions, a lot of people don't actually know what VTubers are, which is kind of crazy. Like a VTuber space is huge, but also unless you're overlapped in the anime and the VTubing community and gaming, you will know like VTubing. But if you're only in anime or in gaming or in anime and gaming but not in the VTubing, which is kind of funny, then you won't know what VTubers are. So a lot of people are like, who are these people behind the monitors? They don't actually think they're actual people or streamers. It's a very foreign thing for people who don't actually know what VTubers are. Are we making a DD character, Mel, or are we just talking about our characters? I've just been kind of explaining. We're just kind of yapping about characters, kind of getting more familiar with D&D. We are gonna make a character. I pulled up the, what is this called again? Oh, the player's handbook. There's my scrap piece of paper to makeshift a character sheet. I meant to print out a paper for it, but then I forgot. Which is like, no. I thought I had a spare, but apparently I don't. I'll have my friend walk me around to Scurry, to Scruffy and Junie and others. And probably face revealed exclusive fellows, because hey, it's a convention. I know, it's going to be very interesting. I like that we're going to joke that to find Melinda at anime conventions, you'll have to hear a Sonic voice. But part of me is like, you know, going to Reach, maybe I do a Sonic voice and see if anyone like, be like, I just heard someone say Sonic, like Sonic voice impression, what? I went to my first anime convention. I stayed mostly towards the VTuber concerts and events. Oh, that's right. I saw you post about it and like doing like the cool light sticks and stuff. That's cool. If I do go to Reach, I will bring a light stick with all the Viangeli colors. That'd be so cool. I think my color is gold. And then I think Junie picked red. Yeah, we had to like color coordinate because we had a lot of similar colors, and so we had to figure it out. Oh, okay. I've heard of that before. I have heard that makes music. It made the lyrics, then I sent the song to a song app. That's crazy. You should have reached. We are instructing if it's so that when you do in one shot impacts the podcast recording the next day. Whoa, that's cool. You're even like recording it as well. That's nice. The Angelique performance reached 2026. I'm pulling for this so hard. I mean, we have talked about low-key. Maybe one day we'll all do like VTuber concerts. That would be cool. Have like I don't know, body tracking or however it's like done. Turtle in the Hair Story reference. Man, main screen. Get all your live 2Ds on screen. I will attempt to pull all the strings. There's gonna be like a meeting and it's like, oh, you know, and also for 2026 we need like a musical group or something. Like, I don't know. I hear Angelique are like a group of people and they could, I don't know, do a performance. Mayhaps. Just saying. You just like leaving a big note on a table. Angelique reached 2026. The comic person? Yeah, that Merryweather. The dog. The doggy VTuber. It was kind of interesting. I felt like it's one of those things because no one was there. I went to go say hello to Merryweather. It's very interesting. VTubers talking to other VTubers when they're not in VTuber form. It's like a hero talking to another hero, except you're like not wearing the mask, kind of thing. But I never like tweeted out that I like talked to Merryweather or anything because like not a lot of people go. It's being streamed, so you can like start narrowing down stuff. So it was one of those things where I don't think I was initially going to talk to Merryweather. I don't really like follow his stuff or anything. I just know of him and that he's a VTuber. But then someone was like, would you like to talk to Merryweather? You know, the people tabling, and I was like, sure, because I felt bad if I said no. You know, not respecting yourself when you want to say no, but you don't say no. And so I just said hello, and I don't even remember what I talked about or what I said. And I was like, thank you for your time or something. I was cosplayed, so it wasn't like a big deal. Junius is too modest, y'all. Too modest. Y'all could totally do it. That's true. We could. With the power of the Lord making the way, we could totally do it. She's ambitious, but underestimates what she can really do. I know. All the girls are very humble. They're all very awesome and have creative talents. God has blessed them very much. Then you have Reach, which is even more niche. Yeah, there's only like a few, like I know Celeste and Kayori are the VTubers. I don't even know if any other VTubers are any representatives or whatever. Melinda, do you know Gabriel Grazia? He has an amazing Sonic voice. I don't know if Gabriel has actually said the Sonic voice in the same time as me. When we were playing golf, I had like said something in Sonic, and then someone made a quote, like a comment about it. And then like also Gabriel, but I don't think I actually heard Gabriel do Sonic. We'll just have to have a Sonic off or something. Or just proclaim which Sonic are we. I'm more of like Sonic X Sonic, you know. My buddies and I tried out Pathfinder. I had an Inquisitor War Priest with a wolf companion and only use a shield for combat. With an open hand for casting. I love it, and the backstory wrote, totally not tooting my own horn. I mean, that's cool, Magoon. You like created this beast, and like it sounds really cool. You should be proud of that. You can save money only a LTD, and considering the sheer amount of content creators coming. Oh, I gotta move the mouse. It's in the way. Could like ask them for body tracking equipment. Oh, that's interesting. That's true. Frosty, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. You mostly make paladins. Cute. I was trying to like think of like paladins. I've never played a paladin, but I'm very paladin coded. But I also like doing cool like backflips and like pew pew and a sword slashing. So it kind of puts me into like more of a chaotic neutral more than a lawful good, which is kind of funny. Lawful good at heart, but also action-wise chaotic neutral. There are many robots and also live people doing that on places like Disney Universal Studios ages ago, but technology was more old. I remember my mom talked to a cartoon lady on a screen that was making her laugh by telling jokes. I was young and didn't know if it was human or a robot at the time. Now we've upgraded to like humans becoming the cartoon behind the screen. Are you going to cosplay at Reach? I thought about it. I thought about like making like cool casual wear of a night. I mean, obviously you can see this. I have a shield and a dagger coin purse, so I can make it work. I also have the sleeves. I also have they're like cool knight armor guards, but they have crosses on them. Very cool. So maybe I'll see, or maybe I'll just dress in my colors. Mayhaps. I'm such a shy person. I feel like I'd be awkward talking to VAs, so I never really tried to. Oh no! I mean, it happens. So, because VAs are just like so used to like people talking to them that that they'll try to talk to you, not to force you to talk to them, but like, you know, they're just like doing this all day and they're like blah 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 blah, and then people like, you know, talk to them and stuff. When you come up and they're like, hey, how's it going? You're like, eh. You know, they even if you're like you can't talk, and they'll be fine. No one really makes a big deal about it, you know. But it's okay. If you have a friend, you'd be like, hey, can you get this signed for me? And they'd be like, yeah. I really want you and Gabriel to do the Sonic and Shadow meme. Is this like long time no see, Sonic? Long time no see, Shadow. Is that the meme you're trying to refer to? Or is there another meme? Rhythmic is a VTuber and will be performing at Reach? Whoa! That's cool. Now we'll celebrate that day. God is making the way with us all, which is so cool. Like, I just thinking, like, cause like someone on Twitter called me an Oshi, and I remember a long time ago I was like, man, I can't wait to be like someone's Oshi or something, and now I am. It's probably multiple people, a lot of people now, and so it was just so like, wow, like I didn't think I would get to 1K either, and all this stuff, and I love when God proves me wrong. And truly shows that there are great things being worked out in my good, and I will not be forsaken. And it's just all glory to God for all the things that have happened in my life and continue to happen, and even like streaming. It's just so cool. Thank God. Have you figured out your panel for Reach yet? I don't know if I have my own panel. I think from what I was told... Oh, like the panel? Oh, sorry. I thought you meant like a panel because I usually run a lot of panels. But my picture panel has not been uploaded yet. But I have sent my picture. There are a lot of jokes about Yuri Lowenthal since he announced that he won't be in Persona 4 Remake, announcing that P4 Remake is in the work. Oh, is he the main protag guy? I've never played Persona 4. I own it now because Vice gave it to me. He gifted it to me, which is really cool because I have P3, P4. I've played P5, but I don't really know who does what in P4 because I've never really played P4. Thank you, Moshi, too. Thank you, Revan. Wow. It makes me very happy. Wow. Just cool. Thank God. I wait the day I'm someone's Oshi. My growth has stopped due to school, but with how my summer is shaping up, I'm excited for what God has said for me. Yeah, Ami, let's go. Don't worry, past Melinda was like, man, in the same spot as you. Now future Melinda can say to now present Ami. Well, I guess I am now present also Melinda, but but like to say to you, like God's gonna make the way. Whatever you envision, God's gonna do it even better. And it's crazy. Thought you mentioned a panel. I wasn't sure. I think it's because they all have panels, but I think the schedule's already set, so I don't think I can put a panel. I thought I would have to do a panel. That might have been what it was. But I mean, if there is room for a panel, I could definitely just whip up a panel and a snap of my fingers, you know? I'm very cool with that. Love making panels. Oh, he's the main character? Ah, okay. It's always funny because, like, all the main characters have voices because they're, like, very Link style. They, like, make runs and they're like, yeah, and they say a few sentences. But I always forget they also do have voice actors because everyone else talks and then your character is like, eh. It kind of makes noises. It's only like sometimes they'll say like some words or something because you don't really talk to everybody else. So it's really funny that I forget that the main characters of all the Persona games do have voices. They just don't say a lot, but they do indeed have voices. Glory to you, O Lord. May you give us what we need in our necessity. So true, I spell. Amen. Melon is a paladin? I mean, basically at this point. Goodness, I love your art style, chum. Thanks, Samson. It's very cool. I haven't drawn in a long time. That's why I'm like, we gotta brainstorm. So that was a villain from a D&D session that I'll do at some point. Maybe you will face off Reinhardt. But this one is I'm very proud of these. These are my high school D&D characters. This is Azeron. This was my friend's magic user. He was low-key brought into the story late. So he was like one of the accomplices for the bad guy. But he didn't know they were bad guys. He was kind of being like misled and misused. And so I drew him. This one I'm very proud of. I actually really like how his face came out. So like, wow. I think who's behind? Oh, this is Loshi. This was our other character friend. I think he was a ranger. I think. I can't remember. Azran. Very cool. I actually have preserved these drawings since like high school. So I'm very proud of me keeping it cool. I know Yuri mostly from playing Teen Ben and Ben 10. What? There are jokes about Yuri being executed for leaking the info. I mean, everyone has seen it coming, you know. It's no Persona surprise if they remake 4. They remade 3. They made 5. If they remake 4, this, you know, it just gives them more time to work on 6 to be like, all right, we gotta really cook with this one. What is your D&D class? I'm usually a fighter class. I like being a Folktown hero. This is Benny. This is David's character. I totally forgot what David's character. I think he's a rogue. Maybe, question mark. I drew him very roguelike, so I'm imagining that he is. And I drew hands. Man, ye old hands. Is there anything behind this? Oh no, I just had like a old meme. Never forget. Character art. I really like drawing character art, so I drew character art of everybody else. Yeah, my party. Well, let me shift in the chair really quick. I'm like sitting on my leg, so I have to adjust before my leg falls asleep. Yep, I've always been a fighter class. Magical girls kicking butt, Power Rangers, Sentai, Xena, warrior princess. Looks fire. Thank you. Barbarians, rise up. D12, the superior dice. D12s are also really nice for damage. You have up to 12. Some weapons have 4 or 8, but 12 is really nice, especially when you get D12. Meanwhile, P1 and P2 are skeletons in the bottom of the ocean. Ripperoni. I have heard that they may also, I mean, it's like probably like a, you know, just a, maybe like a Silk Song situation, you know, like maybe one day they'll be made. But I've heard like for a hot second at one point that P1 and P2 would have been or would be remade, and they would actually be better to be on par with 3, 4, and 5. But I don't know. A lot of people don't talk about 1 and 2, so even if they did, I feel like it would be like one of those things. If they did remake 1 and 2, people would play it, but only if they were good. Because I think 1 and 2 had their own like debuffs and things that people didn't like about it. Until 3 and 4 and 5 came in. And then there's a lot of things that people liked about old 3, what people really loved about 4. Obviously, Persona 5 was so new and upgraded, and it was very cool. So bringing 4 and 5 up to P5 style was also cool. So I can see them doing 1 and 2, but also a lot of people don't have good experience with 1 and 2, I think. So they probably would, if they fixed all the things that people complain about, maybe 1 and 2, maybe it'd be fine, question mark. But I don't know too much about 1 and 2. That's all I've heard secondhand. One of my favorite characters was Aceb Espada, an exiled prince who became a paladin of nature god, and through his struggles he gained strength to return home, face his corrupt father in cultish court, and claim his throne. That's so cool! Just that alone is really cool. Overcoming all things, and then being able to put in true justice. Sentai mentioned. My first introduction to Sentai was a late night 80s TV bad overdub called Dynaman. You can find it in the Internet Archive. Showing my age here. That's okay, Old Man Dan. This is cool though. Also, welcome in, Old Man Dan. I can't remember if I said a welcome in, but if I didn't, then you get 2 welcome ins. There's some times where I feel like I've said a hello, but maybe I haven't said hello. But yeah, Power Rangers was my big, all my staples of like through my life. I've just been like cool kick butt fighter classes, or just cool kick butt people, like totally spies, fighting evil, like as high schoolers. Sailor Moon and Cardcaptor, fighting evil as like high schoolers and a wee lass. Power Rangers, man, Power Rangers was so cool. You know, kicking butt, fighting crime. Xena, Warrior Princess. I just had like a whole like timeline where where it was like my parents weren't being my role models, so God just put everyone in like really cool as my role models. Yeah, and Kim Possible! Man, Kim Possible was awesome. Loved Kim Possible. Appreciate my time. Appreciate the stream. Probably be back later, but bye for now. Bye, Spall. Thanks for hanging out. God bless you. Take care out there. I want to create a character inspired by Elden Ring's Lord of the Frenzy Flame. His soundtrack, so pronounced and evil. They probably have like, that's crazy. Like, so like your character would be like super evil kind of thing, like lawful bad or unlawful bad. It's kind of like it's like the same. I had gone to the Final Fantasy concert and they played Sephiroth's song. It's kind of funny because I've never really played Final Fantasy, but I was like, oh, this is cool. They have an orchestra symphony. They've got cool music. I'll go. And I think the Sephiroth song was like the last one. Like they dimmed the lights and it was all gray and all this stuff, and then like fake fire flames, and there's like Sephiroth song kind of thing. And I was like, whoa. Even if you never played Final Fantasy, you just know this guy is a bad guy, kind of thing. Even like if you came in knowing nothing, then all of a sudden it just shows this guy's face and then plays the music, you'd be like, whoa, crazy. Frenzy just makes everyone crazy. They just want chaos. Yeah, the one-winged angel. Thanks, Old Man Dan. I was like, man, this guy is crazy. And I barely even watched this game. That's interesting. I just learned a little bit about the Frenzy, like yesterday, actually last night, watching Vice play Elden Ring. It's cool because I heard that, well, I'm watching it literally, that Elden Ring is multiplayer. At least there's a mod for it. So there's also the new Elden Ring that kind of dropped where it can play up to 3 players. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. Have a party of friends. But I'm like, if I get Elden Ring, that'd be cool. We could have like chat slots where people could queue in and take turns being in the world. I would have to buff up a little bit because I would be like level 1, you know? Being a level 1 character in any kind of setting, it's always like a pain in the butt. I gotta level up and I gotta get stuff. Cries. Night Rain. The fact that I played, well, I don't want to spoil it for people because it's just like, what? But they use a song that's so classic that if you haven't seen the trailer by now, it just kind of feels like funny. It feels like an AMV, honestly. My gaming days are on pause due to enlistment. That's okay, Denier. You're doing a good service. You're out there. God bless you for your service. And then when you have free time, you'll get to play some games. Maybe some big games that you've wanted will come out by then. Elden Ring is multiplayer in the same way as Dark Souls games. So you can summon and evade. I've been watching it. It was so brutal because Vice and our friend had this like dragon. Like they were fighting this dragon. It was a pain in the butt. They had to use other NPCs to like knock some of the health off. And then they were almost there to like defeat it. It was like the perfect, like this is it. Like the health is low. The other NPCs have died. So they don't have to fight you. And then it's just like, it's all, we just have to wait for like one more to die. And then this guy invades and ruins everything. And I was like, man, this sucks. I can't believe this. And I had to do it all over again. And then the guy continued to invade. It's crazy. I was like, man, if I had this game, I would have been like, what yeah, and hiya, and kick him. There's also a ton of mods. What a timing. Yeah, I was like, I can't believe this guy is like, I was like, can you bring him to the dragon and like have the dragon kill him? But no. I was like, man, if only had a button be like, hey, 5 more minutes. We're almost like done here, you know? Like some mods that turn into Devil May Cry level combat. You need hand trackers. That's crazy. Just be like, pew, 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 pew. Just like, what is it called? A headset? Whatever's. The headgear. Honestly, I forgot already. VR! Yeah! Thanks, Denier. Yeah, the VR headset. Thank you, Revan. Just be like, pew, 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 pew. That'd be cool. I mean, what? Resident Evil 4 had its own, like, gear, so it makes sense. I'm old, can't do Elden Ring. Reactions time's not what it was. You're like, ah, it's not the same. I've only played like Bloodborne a little bit, so I feel like it was kind of funny because my friend Jerry was like, Melinda, you should have gotten Elden Ring instead of Bloodborne. He's like, it would have been a better, like more like new to Souls game kind of thing, better than Bloodborne. But Bloodborne's fun. It's cool. Patience not the same. I know there's so many deaths and all this stuff, and I'm like, man. I mean, obviously I played Bloodborne, so I'm just like, man, I died. No, I gotta do it again. Bloodborne is cool too. Bloodborne is very cool. It's got a very interesting story, premise. And it was very cool because I was watching Vice play Bloodborne instead. And so it was cool because there's one moment. I mean, Bloodborne's been out for like forever. It's the PS4 era. And there's a moment where a character's voice shift. And I was like, wait a minute. What happened to said lady? That's voice different. That's suspicious. And then he was like, that's a good catch. A lot of people don't catch that. I'm very like perceptive about certain things for things. So when her voice changed, I was like, wait a minute. That's not the same lady. And I was trying to like peek with the camera. I was like, where are you? You know, you couldn't see her anymore. And it's like, yeah, she's been replaced by a different lady. She's not even the same lady. She's been killed. And she tells you lies. And I was like, I don't trust this lady, you know? So he was like, a lot of people don't catch that. And I was like, how did you not catch that? But me, warrior folk, catches it very well. You might like Little Witch Nobeta. Is that also kind of like Souls-esque like, or is it like fantasy? For some reason, every time I see, I don't think I've actually seen what Little Witch Nobeta is, but every time I see the title, I always feel like I think of Noita instead, which is also kind of like Terraria-esque, Souls-like. It feels like. I've only seen a little bit of Noita, so I don't actually know too much. It seems like it. A very brutal kind of game. Because my friends like to play Souls-like games. That's why Jerry was like, oh, you should have played Elden Ring. Which I might get to. We might play on stream. Could be cool. Build our class or whatever. Could be cool. Let's see. Alright, now I feel like... Let me look at the Discord, because I asked for names and stuff. So let's see if we got some name options. I also gotta eat. I haven't like had a chance to really eat today. But I also have nothing to put in the from the freezer. Yeah, I have to like wait for stuff to freeze. So I might order some food. Hi, it's welcome, man. I hope you're doing well today. Welcome. I was very frustrated by the delayed attacks in Elden Ring. Oh, really? They were delayed? Like your attacks are delayed? Yeah. It's not Souls-like elements, only you shoot elemental magic at enemies. It's also fairly short. Oh, really? That's cool. Go for the paladin build. We'll be super cool. I mean, I feel like Bird of Prey, that was actually a pretty good name. Be a paladin class. Trying to see if what else that we wrote down. DND, boo-doo-doo. Gotta write some notes. Oh, that's right. The character class is called the Arakora, which is like a bird person. Okay, we do paladin. I like bird of prey. But not like prey, but like pray, like as in praying. Like that. It's cool. Every enemy attacks are insanely delayed. Oh, that's weird. I call Elden Ring's combat slow fast. It's slow because of delay, but fast because it never gives you a second to breathe. I mean, that's also true. Watching like all these enemies just kind of like blurp, and you're like, ah. It's cool watching also Vice build up he went with the magic user, so he turns into a moon. I'm like, wow. I'm usually not the magic type, but that was pretty neat. Oh, that's right. I said that y'all would mostly be a ranger because usually this bird type is a ranger class because they fly. But we can also just go with paladin. We don't have to. All the classes on a wheel. Bird assassin. Someone said we should be named Kaito. That's right. Oh, that's right. The other NPCs, like I mentioned, are Yujin and Hikari, the NPCs that you'll see in the one shot. So if the stream was named Kaito, character named Kaito, that'd be funny. I don't know, it would be another variation of like Carino. You're just a bird, a dove. I did beat the game for the second time today. Oh, that's cool! Congrats, Rabbit. Let's go. Oh yeah, delayed attacks can just spam roll. Makes a dodge super satisfying, can press some folks, if you ask me. Barrel roll, barrel roll. They're doing a one-hit combo or a 5-hit combo. Your health will tell you at the end. My personal character is an Oh, that's right, V-Machine, you were just saying that. One thing to remember is heavy armor might limit fight abilities. Oh, you're right. Dano Corti, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome, welcome. We're just yapping. We're trying to think about character type. Because you are a bird, so I feel like armor would be probably pretty heavy. We could probably do like light armor. Kind of esque. Doing pretty good. That's good. I'm glad to hear. There's this one game with a clever name called Pray for the Gods. Interesting. What is it about? End up cheesing all Elden Ring with Mimic Tear because I was so frustrated. What is Mimic Tear? Is that a type of weapon or a move? Tears. Oh wait, no, you also have a Mimic. You can also like summon a Mimic. Oh, Feather Scale Armor? Whoa, Denier, that's cooking. I'll write that down. Feather Scale Armor. Also enjoyed finding Millennia. She was the fastest paced fight in the base game. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Elden Ring also had a DLC. Big brain mode. Very big brain mode. Mimic Tear is a summon in Elden Ring that just copies your character. It's so OP. Oh, so that's what that is. Literally a copy of you. Oh, okay. So Vice has been using that when I watch him play. He's like, I've summoned a Mimic. It was kind of funny because like he summoned a Mimic and then some other guy also summoned his Mimic. I was like, oh man. It's like Shadow of Colossus. Whoa. Never played Shadow of Colossus, but I have heard many things about it. Let's see. Trying to think. Mr. Waffles also put stuff in the D&D Discord. Oh, Gladiator, that's right. You already put Bird of Prey in our Discord. And I was like, that's so good. And immediately forgot about it. Oh, a Cleric, too. We got Ranger, Paladin, Cleric. You're just working out right now? Gain those gains. Gain those gains for the Holy Temple. It kind of trivializes the boss fight, so I don't find it very satisfying. Oh, really? I thought it was pretty cool. Oh yeah, Josh had voted that we be 3 halflings in a trench coat. 3 cariños in a trench coat. So that would explain the multiple voices and the wheels of chat being a little bit schizophrenic. But actually, just 3 people in a trench coat. I think it's kind of funny, but I feel like my thing is so like intense that it'll be hard to be 3 people moving around as one. I wish the magic in Elden Ring had hotkeys instead of going through a deck of spells. I also wish you could aim magic with a Retsil. I feel like I've said that right, but also wrong. That's very interesting. I feel like someone had just also said that about. I guess that makes sense because someone had said something about hotkeys, and I was like, hotkeys. But I'm surprised that you can't. That'd be so cool if you just like click 1 and then magic missile happens. Like click 2, you just do something else. You know, help match gaming key or mouses. That could be your one-liner to your character. I'm Melinda, and I brought hope to your doom. Yeah. I should feel like it's more up to. I am Melinda, and I have brought hope to your doom. Wherever there is darkness, I will shine light. Now pull out my cool sword. Like the blue birds from Angry Birds? Oh my gosh, are they 3 birds in a trench coat? People clown on magic users for easy mode when the mana is limited, and flasks to refill them will take the place of healing flasks. I did think about that, because like once you start using all your magic, it's just like, alright, well now you gotta use all your the debuffs of using a character that requires MP. Oh, the thing where shooters to show where you're aim at. Reticle. I feel like I'm just saying the word wrong. I feel like when someone says it out loud, I'll be like, ah, but I know exactly what you're talking about though. Magic in Souls games has always been the scroll. Honestly, once you get the OP spells, you only need to use 1 or 2. I mean, that makes sense. Usually even like playing as a DND character, once you get like your cool buff spells, you don't really like go do other stuff. Just seems like a design flaw not to have these features. Hopefully maybe google.com, how do you say a reticle? Please help. Exactly. And maybe with the redsicle. Thank you, Rabbit. It's one of those things I've just never like had to say this word before. I feel like there's another word that I usually say instead. But maybe the new Elden Ring it would have said thing. Maybe. Who knows? It's one of those things where time passes that you would think that enough people have brought the feedback of like, hey, that'd be cool if, you know, I could hotkey this. Especially since I have to fight for my life in the past 5 seconds. There's no S sound. Oh. Reticle. Don't worry, I'll look it up after stream. Use an example word with 2 different C sounds. That's probably not the best. Retile. Oh yeah, I got paid today. I can probably order some food for myself and then be a good Melinda and put my food down from the freezer. It's hard. I've been looking up a lot of things to help like ADHD food prep. It's so hard. Because you forget your food is also out of sight, out of mind, because you don't remember what you have. You had MomoCon last weekend? They had a VTuber event. They had VTubers that you knew? Or just like random VTubers? Also, I closed my phone and I forgot I'm looking at Discord. Looking at all the ideas that we got. Speaking of his comment right here about a mechanic from someone else's tabletop where character could hear what the fourth world, like out of the fourth wall, what players are saying. Imagine that kind of intensity of insanity, but sanity. Oh, that's cool. That's cool that she's just in your area. So like you don't have to like fly across the state. She's already at a con that's already in your area. That's cool. I've said this before, but I've been liking watching like artist alley vlogs. It's very interesting to see like what what's it called? Seeing how artists just kind of like do their stuff and make other things, and the things they have to also create and set up stuff and the other mini events that they do and things that they keep track of. There was one where I watched, I don't think MomoCon, no, because that was last weekend. There was a different con. I think maybe it was called Sakura Con, maybe, question mark. Basically, the con was held in a venue above a cheesecake factory, and it was 2 buildings connected to each other. And the one that had the artist alley, the cheesecake factory underneath, set on fire. And so everyone had to be evacuated. I mean, everyone was fine and stuff, but it was kind of like crazy all of a sudden. Like, Friday, just like, okay, it's Friday, and then you wake up and you go to your con on Saturday. Now there's smoke billowing at the bottom of your con center. And then everyone had to like sit around for several hours and stuff like that. So I'm like, man, ripperoni. Mostly because like Fridays are usually slow days for artists. It's so interesting learning the statistics and logistics from an artist alley perspective. It makes sense though. A lot of people don't usually go on Fridays because you're still working and stuff like that. Saturdays are a blow up because they usually, even for panel wise, they put all the interesting panels on Saturday because they know everyone's gonna show up on Saturday. They put and they just kind of scattered the rest of the panels that are like Friday and Sunday. Not like they're bad panels. The panels that, you know, if you end up missing, it's not like a big deal. You know, it's one of those things where you go to it, you go to it. If not, it's okay. Saturday maximizes like cosplay competition, all big panels that people want to go to. You know, everyone's showing up, they gotta go to it. Also, Sunday is the day you leave your hotel. So Sunday is kind of like you have to carry around your stuff around. You don't want high events back to back, stuff like that. So makes sense, but it's very interesting. Also, like, oh my gosh, this is on fire. That's crazy. Not on your bingo list for an anime convention. It's also very tragic if it was your very first anime convention and it was on fire. I saw Zen's stream. I was in the background. I was kind of funny seeing myself on stream, just hunched over in the background. Oh, Zen's stream, like Zenea's, or just someone named Zen. But also, you're just like, oh my gosh, that's me. I'm on TV. I'm on the interwebs. Centrea? Yeah. That lady. That Chuba. That's funny. Did you just kind of like watch it and then, yeah, I guess you were watching it and you're like, that's me. Crazy. That's why I never say if I'm ever in anyone's stream. No, it's me. I also don't exist on the internet really, so even if anyone saw me, they would actually not know it's me, because I barely exist on the internet. Let's see, I'm also looking, what was the other ideas we got? Ability, exterior stroke breakdown. Let's see, so chat would exist. And then your character make him really buff. Placeholder here. Do a little helmet. This isn't the actual art of your character. I know we said we reduced the art, but this is not. Just a placeholder. I have like figuring out, okay, actions and thoughts. Chat. I was waiting on a meet and greet and saw her screed walking around. Then she stopped to talk to people. I didn't really have anything to say. I don't watch her. That's all I was saying that earlier. I was like, I don't watch Merryweather or anything like that, but he was there at a con that I went to, and the people at the table were like, do you want to talk to him? And I was like, I just feel bad if I said no. So I just pulled up the Twitch stream for a second. Oh, I see. This is funny. I gotta go for now. Duty calls. Lord bless stream. Bless chat stay. And bless Melinda. Thank you, Denier. I appreciate it. God bless you. You take care out there. You take care. I'm glad you're able to have like a slow morning, get some rest. Praying for you. So thanks for hanging out today. It was a fun time. Hope you have a good rest of your evening or morning. GMO, welcome in. Hope we're doing well today. Just saw Mira share a customizable VTuber model in the style of Animal Crossing. Whoa! Customizable models are really taking off, TBH. They really are. It's really cool. And it's like very, very well constructed for artists too to make an income on the side. They put art and stuff into making one, but like making it so customizable and stuff like that. So cool. Even if they're free, it still makes a great portfolio. Because the more people who purchase your free customizable shows like, oh, your style, your things are in demand, stuff like that. It also puts your name out there too. So if you like make more paid product items, people would know like, oh, I actually really liked the mechanics and the rigging and the art for the customizable. I could also start commissioning said person and make my own model instead of looking like similar to other people, kind of thing. So that's really cool. I don't remember the artist's name, but they had made like 3 customizables, 1 male, 2 female, and then a lot of people really enjoyed it. So they had a lot of commissions. And I was like, that's cool. So they're making like their own. It kind of shows your skill set. Meat, not eat. I feel like we should say meat. How have you been? I've been well. Also, hi Zach, welcome in. Also, welcome. Hope you're also doing well today. I had today. Wow, today's only Thursday. Crazy. Hold on. I should probably order some food too soon. Getting kind of like low energy. Weak. I'm okay though. Probably like stop to order some food at some point. They're like a BRB, so I can go. Boop, boop, boop. So food can make its way downtown. Making its way downtown. Well, I've been well. Today was a good work day. It was rough getting up in the morning. I feel like sometimes it's the hard part, getting out in the morning. But I've been making sure to like give thanks and pray in the morning, and that's good. Had a rough past few days myself, but the Lord is good, and He helps me through all things and helps remind me, and I feel like He speaks to me. Of course He speaks to us, but I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, wow, I feel like I can hear what you're saying today, Lord. Casting all my cares, everything feels like, oh, so on point. And so I'm like, thanks, God. So I feel a lot better. Yeah, the one customizable is kind of looking samey to me lately, especially nice. Still better than nothing though. Yeah, a lot of them look very similar, because you can only do so much, unless you go in and start customizing the files. But some people don't, but some people do keep it under wraps. Like you can't like customize it. I guess it just depends on the artist, honestly. I know it's been a hot minute. That's okay. A lot of people have a lot of things going on. You've got things in life, and, changes in schedule, stuff like that. I mean, time is very valuable. So I just appreciate people who do give their time just to be here, stuff like that. I'm blessed to be in a spot where I can just yap like a podcast, and you can like wash dishes, drive, stuff like that. Especially right now, we're not doing anything that's too like eye intensive or whatever, so we're just kind of here. So I'm glad. Thanks for popping in. I really appreciate it. I hope you've been well. Hope you've been taking care. God bless you. Hang in there, out there. I know Lord been carrying me through this week. So I'm really looking forward to the weekend. I'm actually really proud of myself. Because beforehand, that's why it's like, whatever you think is impossible truly is not impossible. And I love when God proves me wrong. Because I felt like my house was too cluttered and stuff. And I had mentioned it a few times on stream, where I felt like I was just constantly cleaning. But I finally got to a point where I just like kind of like downsized so much, and I've got anything that I don't want and I don't need, that I'm just gonna like have a yard sale on Saturday. We might still have a stream on Saturday, but we might not. Mostly because I'll be having a yard sale at 8 to 1 p.m. of just some stuff, and like making them super cheap just so I can go off to better homes and stuff that's in the neighborhood, kind of stuff. And then that should end around 1 p.m. But I don't know if I'll be like tired or not. Probably. Man, waking up at 8 which means I have to wake up at 7. But that's okay. Lord makes the way. He literally carried me with 2 hours of sleep on like Wednesday, and I had a really good night's sleep this past, like on Wednesday. So that was pretty good. Also the night before I also slept pretty bad because we had like a storm and all this stuff, and it just kept me awake. I was just too awake. Big sad. Well, we'll see. Yeah, it's been a journey. I'm going to head to bed, but I do appreciate you. Much love. I'll definitely be back in. Have a good sleep, Jimmo. Hope you take care. Have good rest. God bless you. Remember to cast your cares upon him. That's something I have to keep reminding myself. So it's one of those things where you aren't used to asking people for help. So it's just like, man. Asking for God for help. Getting so used to just doing things on your own. Oh yeah! Oh, my mom's calling. Hold on, let me BRB. Also, thank you, Rabid, for pinning that. I was about to mention that too. Pre-orders for merch ends on June 2nd. So let me BRB. I returned. Took a hot second because my mom came over. She's needed me to help see a message that she needed to translate, and then it's just like her work app just needs her to update her password, stuff like that. Crimson Knight, welcome in. Hope you were doing well today. Let me swap us over this tab so I can see all things. Thank you. I told my mom that I'll probably order us some food, so I'll do that right now. So we'll yap while I go on my side quest of ordering some food. I thought about bringing the cat in here, but nah, she's too destructive. If she was more chill, maybe. But she's not chill. She's such a diva. She would destroy this whole table. Let's see. I did think about pizza, but my mom says she gets heartburn. So I'm like, okay, no pizza. Trying to figure out what I want. Pretty excited. I forgot to mention how combat will work, but I'll get to that shortly. It'll be cool. I don't know if I have a bird like figure. Obviously, I don't have one that's a bird, but I can look online to see if I can find us like a bird. Oh, I wonder if I can ask Jerry. Oh, I think you need a file for it actually. He's a 3D printer. But I wouldn't know. Restaurants. Man, I order from Denny's so much. Not like in general. Sometimes I feel bad when I order out, but I shouldn't feel bad. God has provided me the means to be able to order out. That's okay. What do you like about fighters? Me personally, I like having the strength to just stop an enemy's attack, carry my comrades, you know, like if you fall off a cliff, I'll be able to like throw you back up, you know, kind of thing. So me personally, I like hand-to-hand combat, also like wielding weapons. I am very like warrior of hope, you know me. So I like having that kind of strength to be able to execute just fighting with weapons, also fighting hand-to-hand combat if I lose a weapon, also being a meat shield tank to take brute forces, like brute attacks, but not lose a lot of HP because I have a lot of strength to like push back, so I don't really recoil, be able to do like cool dexterity stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, strength stat is the best stat. Yeah, exactly, that's my biggest stat. At some point I almost got a 20 in my in my stats. It was like 20. Yeah, basically like Tomoe, he's like at 18 in my current fighter. I mean, he's not even like a fighter class, he's like a charlatan, but I still like buffed him up to be like 18 plus 4. So every time I like roll for strength, even if I got like a 12 plus 4 is like 16, so like really like pushes a lot for me. Oh, is that? Oh, it's the cat toy in the opposite room. Through the headphones, I thought like it started to storm again. Ah. That's why I need to order now, because it said it'll probably like storm again soon. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to have my driver be out in the rain. That would be no good. No good. Maybe I'll order some breakfast stuff. I don't know. Chat, what are good food options? I'm trying to think. I wanted to get this bulgogi bowl, but I don't know if my mom really would like that. So we'll figure it out. Oh, Mexican food could also be good. I've heard stuff about the artificer class, but I haven't looked into it. Do you know anything about it? I don't actually know much about it. I do know of it, but I don't think I've been that class, so I don't really know it that well. Chimkin is good. So true, Rabbit. Speaking facts, Chimkin is always good. That's crazy. There's a restaurant. I can't say it aloud because I'm pretty sure this restaurant only exists here. But there's a restaurant that has a very particular name. Crazy. Ooh. Chicken always. Let me see. What has chicken around here? Yeah, that's got chicken. I mean, that's literally right here. Maybe. I've never tried Pollo Loco. I've heard so much about it, but I've never tried it. There's one restaurant that I also enjoyed that I felt like I have good chicken tenders, but they closed down. Sad. Canes. I love Canes. You can't get Canes on Uber Eats. It's sad. You need DoorDash to do Uber Eats. Or you do DoorDash for Raising Canes. I'm like, why? Why is this like this? The monopoly of restaurants. This is as bad as monopoly of anime. It's so funny. Someone had like tweeted about getting into anime and they're like, I watched this one series. You're telling me that I watch season 2, I gotta watch this other platform? Or like this, I wanted to watch this anime and I have to get like another streaming service? I know, it's tough out there. It's tough out there. Ooh, burgers. Burgers are also gonna be good. This is our impromptu food break. I like pasta, but pasta low-key is like, it's cheap to make. So I'm like, I just make that at home. I can just do that at home. Oh, this would be so expensive though. Maybe. It is! Ugh. But it looks so good. They also have milkshakes. I was gonna do this on the BRB screen, but then I didn't want to be BRB for too long. I have no idea how much time I was talking to my mom. She just said order something yummy. So let's see. When you order... Okay. Maybe I'll get us like some chicken and some ice cream. Bill, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. We were just doing some yapping about DND. But we're on an impromptu, well, I'm on an impromptu food break. Everything is in the freezer and not unfrozen. I forgot about that. So now I'm just kind of ordering some food. Oh my gosh, guys, so good. It's a buy one get one free, so I can buy my mom a meal and then I get a meal free too. Wow, that's so cool. God, that's so good. Let's see, I like ketchup. I don't really have a lot of sauces, or I eat a lot of sauces. People are like, "What?" Sorry, man. You get a shake. Blizzard. Ice cream. Slushies. Oh, that's interesting. Whoa. Cute. God, it's so good. This is amazing. That's awesome. Ah, chocolate brownie as a dessert sounds really good too. I have been thinking about brownies. Oh, this one's also really good. That's cool. I can add a brownie to this. Oh, it added it twice. That's interesting. So you have to get that one exact free. I think my mom would like this choice. Ketchup. then I added like a deal coupon to it too. Card. Let's see. Balance. Excluding. Oh, okay. Excluding promotions. Dang. I mean, it's still pretty good. You should try a chocolate peanut butter milkshake sometime. It's really good and rich. I should. I need to put more peanut butter in my actual protein shakes, but I also need. My protein shake is chocolate flavored, but I don't put enough peanut butter. I probably need to figure out a good ratio. I always feel like my peanut butter flavor doesn't have a good ratio with the chocolate, so it kind of throws it off. But I probably need to figure out a good ratio for it. Good reminder, Rabid. Raphael, welcome in. Rafaela. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. We're just having an impromptu break. I'm doing well. I'm just ordering some food. I need to, after stream, I need to put some food in the freezer. I mean, out of the freezer into the fridge so I can actually, like, remember. Okay, go to checkout. Okay, we already got some fries. Man, I try to have, you call me Raphael? Okay, perfect. From... Chat is like super far away, so I also saw an A after it, so I wasn't sure. So thank you for clarifying. Skip. Okay. I need to change my delivery. It's weird because, like, sometimes there's a... date. Meet at door. Okay, I think I figured it out. Save. Okay, save. I just used my pin because they could not for the life of them. Find my apartment. No. Oh, there we go. It said that it couldn't reach the restaurant for a hot second, so I was like, no. Suffering, welcome in. God bless you all and your families in healing, blessings, abundance, protection, mind, spirit, whole armor of God, holy fire, protection, Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Amen indeed. Glory to the Lord. Keep pushing always and forever, and amen. Thank you, Suffering and Exalting. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming by and sharing the good news. That is also a good reminder. Honestly, we gotta be praying over our minds like every day. Obviously, the whole armor of God is good, but we fall short and we're not really good at wearing that all the time. But we really gotta be praying over our minds. That is our biggest spiritual warfare ground. Like, even like yesterday, and I was so in. I don't know. It wasn't yesterday. It was the day before yesterday. which was really unfortunate because it was like so in my head, and I felt like really weighed down of just past things, and like it's like a wounds that open, and you're like, it wasn't even like something I remember. It was just something that someone said, and I was like, yeah, you know, I wish people did treat me better. There was all these examples where people treated me so poorly, and poor little Melinda didn't know better and didn't even speak up and didn't say what she wanted and all this stuff. And then it made me really sad, and I was just like having this big cry. It's like my body just really needed to like cry it out. But beforehand I was just like, you know, Lord, what's wrong with me? Help me. And then I had a big cry and then handed it over to God. Then I felt better. And then I also cried to Vice, and he's just kind of used to it. And then it was all good. Fell asleep. And then yesterday, boy howdy, was I still tired. But I slept better yesterday, like last night, because I had this whole thing. It was just like, controlling what thoughts you choose to entertain is the only power we really have. It is hard because sometimes the enemy just like, hey, this is a thought, and you're like, no, no, no. But I was like, you know what? No matter what, I'm always a child of God every day, bad or good. God is still good every day. And God is truly so good. I was able to get food for me and my mom for the same price if I only bought food by myself, which was nice because I didn't have to tell my mom I was ordering food, but I know that she likes to have me order food for her, so I was like, you want anything? And she was like, just something good. And I'm like, okay, perfect. Man, I do want to make my own snacks though. I've been really wanting an ice cream sandwich, but imagine this, chat. Imagine this. Warm cookies and ice cream as an ice cream sandwich. Revolutionary. But I haven't like bought anything. I should just put that on my grocery list. Buying some warm cookies. I think on my throne I put it there. There's this cookie cutter that looks just like the Cariños, which is super uncanny. I'm like, what? But I would like to get it one day just so I can make Cariño cookies. That'd be so cool. And then we can decorate them. Cookie ice cream sandwiches are the best. Yeah, it's so interesting to have like a warm cookie and cold ice cream. And I was like, surely this will like melt these things and vice versa. But no, they're really good. So I'm like, wow, that's so cool. Trying to see. I have ice cream at home. I do indeed have it. I'm also gonna try to make my own matcha. We'll see. Alright. Okay, let me look at our warm pie and ice cream's also good. Man, I love warm pie and ice cream. When I went to go visit Vice, we had like a get together at one of his old mentor from church. He's still like a mentor to him, but it was just like really cool that they had like this get together. And there's this guy Nathan. He ended up making the pie, but something about the pie was made, but the crust wasn't baked. So everything else like cooked, but the crust is very squishy. I mean, like it did still bake, but like it baked with the rest of the ingredients. So it didn't probably like bake to what a crust should be. So it was very, very interesting. It was still good. I can't remember. I think the crust was just very squishy. Very squishy. Let's see. Okay, let's look at the other things that were put in the Discord. I'll probably have to look into feather armor. It makes sense having kind of like scaled feather armor, or having feathers that are like whoosh, but like they have like, you know, fish have scales, but it'd be like the feathers have like a coat of armor on them. That'd be cool. Let's see. Kenku Bard. Subclass College of Lore. Oh, that's right. A subclass of College of Lore. That way our character would know all these random things that would just actually come from chat. Paladin. I feel like a lot of people have voted Paladin because we are a child of God. So true. Then I'll add a note of College of Lore to also look into that. High key, I meant to look into these things before the stream, but I didn't get a chance. That's okay. One of my meetings went a little longer working from home, but that's okay. I work with students, so a meeting going longer is not a big deal. I'm just very thankful that I could be someone that, you know, a lot of people are like, sorry, we're out of time. Just gotta reschedule again. But I'm like, you know, there's nobody after this meeting, so let's just get this done. Get this, especially when it's all about like making sure you graduate in the summer and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna do the thing. Okay, so there's actually not that much stuff. College of Lore would help with chat knowing many things. Fun fact, feathers protect from bites because the predator would grab onto the feathers instead of the flesh. Oh, interesting. Oh, I like that. So it would be literally a shield. Oh, maybe one of your wings could be shields? Shield wings. Maybe. It'd be cool. I homebrew stuff, so even if we wanted to like do a few things, hold on. Shield wings. Question mark. All right, we're cooking. Look at you, impromptu you. Okay, we gotta roll some stats, so we should. Let me see. So let me read through the character steps. I haven't made a character in forever. Choose a race. We're already a bird person, a class. We're a paladin. Oh yeah, experience points. Forget about that. Ability scores. Okay. I forgot how we roll for these. Record your level. I'll have to look up, because you are going to be actually level 5. Quick build. Each class description chapter 3 includes a section offering suggestions to quickly build the character of that class, including how to assign your highest ability scores and background. It's chapter 3, okay. Chapter 2 is the races. These are, I think the player's handbook only has like the pretty default classes. They don't have like the upgraded classics. Halfling. Human. I'm actually always a human. Only that one time I was like, alright, I'll be like a dwarf fighter. But then, then we didn't actually play that game, so didn't work out. Half elf. Half orc. I think I put it in the Discord. I should have put it in the Discord. I really like this one funny meme where it was about like the son of a half centaur and something else. Basically like two beings that if you put them together technically could make a horse. But like the second daughter is like perfectly human or something. But like horse becomes like a rogue. Or maybe someone else shared it with me. No, I feel like I saw it. Yeah, I shared it. It was a video, yeah. And it's just like a funny little tidbit of like, it would be a really funny concept of said child of two creatures make a horse. But then this horse becomes like a rogue. And then like, it's just some like guard at like some kind of like stationed place, and then all of a sudden there's just a horse, and it's like, what? How did this horse get here? And then the horse is like, no one will believe you, and then like bounces away or something like that. It's really funny. So the Bible comic books? No, this is the D&D Player's Handbook. It does kind of have like the... I've seen the art of the Bible comic books. Really cool. Didn't buy them, but I've seen them before. I like this picture though. This is cool. This is like a whole party fighting against the bad guys. Dirk, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. We have classes. Alright, so we're going to be a paladin. A holy warrior bound to a sacred oath. Hit die is... Oh, it's a D10. Okay. That's the 20-sider. This is the 10-sider. No, this is a 12-sider. D10. The D10 is like... It's this one, right? That's a percentile. I always forget. Yeah, because it's 10, 10. So it doesn't really matter. Percentile is what basically has like the 10s and then like the individual 1 through 10. I'll just actually get the 1 through 10. Okay, so we got our D10 for a hit die. Let's write that down. Our hit die. 1d10. It's always good to know your hit die because when you actually get more HP, you will know which dice to roll. Mr. Waffles! Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. We wrote down some of the input that you had put in the D&D. Oh, we never figured out a name. We'll figure out a name. Maybe we should just make a poll or something. I mean, we literally could just also be called your mascot name. You also could be called... Would be Joey. Joey, the paladin. Joey Carino. Oh, Carino should be your last name. We're big braining. Joey Pickles. Joey Pickles Carino. I don't know, Chad. How do you feel about your name being Joey Pickles? You feel okay about it? Joey Carino. Oh, Joey almost sounds like Joey. Joey Carino. I don't think... The only names we got was Dice and Kaito. Joey. Joey. Chat. What would be a name that also sounds like chat, but like not chat? So we making a paladin? We are making a paladin. We also had ranger and cleric, but overall, we're gonna be a paladin, a bird of prey, as in like prey. Then we put child of God for paladin, and then I also wrote the note of College of Lore to look into that shield armor. Chad. I mean, you're not wrong. Chad does sound like Chad. Chad Carino. Char in the first name. Char. Maybe Char from Gundam. Chad Char Carino. Remember the 3 C's, chat. Chad Char Carino. That's funny. I'll take some notes. We got Chad. Always Chad. We got Joey. Oh, I ended up writing Joy. Joey. I think that's it. Chad and Joey. Chad, Joey. Joey, Chad. Something will stick. See, paladin. Our primary abilities are strength and charisma. Okay. I'm always pumping strength. Something that starts with Char. Charizard Carino. Actually, if I Google like names that start with this lettering, what will it give me? Oh, there's Charity. Ah, Charlie, spelled differently. Charlene, Charlotte. There's Charm. I'm gonna put Charity. I like Charity. Charity. Charlie. Charlene. Charlize. I didn't realize that was a name. Charm. Charissa. Charla. Charma. Charmaine. Oh, that's cool. Baby Center. Wow. 1 out of 500 names. Charbel. Charisse. Charleston. Just straight up Charvy. Charisma. I don't know if you should be like calling your child Charisma. Charles C. Stephen. Charles C. Stephen. Canino the Third. Charlie Charu. Charming. I mean, that is a word. Sharon. Shari. Sheriff. Charlambos. That's interesting. I feel like a lot of these Charlampos are kind of similar, just kind of spelled vaguely different. Charo. Charles. Charlie, spelled differently. Charlie, also spelled differently. That's so weird. They spelled this same name like different, like almost 100 times. Charon. Charrington. Charlie Rose. That's interesting. Kind of like that. Charlie Rose. You're cooking with something, Charles. Mr. Waffles. Thank you for hydrate. Strength. And constitution. You are so right. We're gonna get bonked by people. Having a strong constitution really is a lifesaver. Especially when it's got pluses. When you have to do constitution throws. My goodness. I think that's how David died. He fell off a cliff and then like failed all his all his saving throws. It was insane. I think he just to like rub lemon into the wound. I think his last saving throw was a nat 1, so he just like straight up died. I was like, oh my gosh, David, dude. That's very David coded. Somehow he gets himself into these shenanigans. Zerg, welcome back. How was the tabletop role-playing game household? Or how is it? How's the character creation going? We're finally cooking with the character creation. I might go with Charlie Rose. I like that. Since we have like both, you know, chat is a mix of women and men. So Charlie Rose being 2 different kind of names. Carino, be cool. Charlie Rose, Joey Carino. Charlie Rose, Chad Carino. Charlie Rose Carino. I figured it out. Also ordered some food. So we might have impromptu food break. Okay, saving throw proficiencies of wisdom and charisma. That was also, yeah, it was charisma. Okay, those are saving throws. Saving throws. And then all weapons. We're proficient. All weapons, shields, simple and martial weapons. All armor, shields, simple and Martial weapons. Okay. There's the barbarian. Dave the barbarian. Oh yeah, I forgot they have rage. A bard. Deciphering their secrets. Cleric. Wow, that driver, they're so fast. Almost here my food. Hurry. Ten minutes away, let's go. Household went well, thank you, it was a fun session, and my Bogart, a race in the game, gained a level. Whoa! That's nice. I always love leveling up. I'm like, yes! I can add this thing I was eyeballing. Or I'm like, no! I'm like, one. Just a little bit XP away. I always don't keep track. When my homebrew games, I don't really have experience points to level up characters. Usually after you've done like a big fight or something, basically I'm just like, okay, you survived that, you level up. Well, obviously if you died, you don't level up because you died. Once my character grappled the dragon to the ground, the damage came out to 246 damage because of rage. Only took 123 damage. It was a ton of fun. That sounds amazing, Mr. Rock. That's a thing that goes down in history, you know? The only memorable, I'm trying to think. I mean, I stabbed the guy from our evil bad guy and won, you know, ended the campaign kind of thing. Cute cutscene. But there was this really cool setup where our friend had gone off to be a Marine, I believe, in our previous like high school DND group. And so he went off, and obviously he wasn't going to be able to do his character anymore. And so we had this whole scene where basically the city that we were in, it was kind of abandoned. All of a sudden, like, there's a giant mob of like zombies, just like, you know, just like, and we're like running, you know, and we find a secret passage, and or maybe someone's like, hey, there's a secret passage. I can't really remember, but basically it was one of those things where someone has to hold this thing open because it's really heavy, and so I, being like the strength type, was like, okay, I'll do it. And then his character pushes me into the thing and like closes it. One of those things where it's like, we're like, you know, I get plopped to the floor because it's like a jump down, and I'm like, weird, like, I forgot what, I think his name was Benny. He was like a samurai type character. Maybe he was also rogue. I can't remember because we played a different adventure, so I'm not sure if he was still Benny the rogue or if he was a different character. But basically it was very dramatic where as the thing is closing down, he pulls out his sword. Very cool. Very like protagonist, and he's just like getting like, you see the zombies trying to like get up on him, and he like pulls out his sword, and then like it closes, and the rest of the party gets to survive and stuff. And we're like, oh my gosh, he went out like a hero. We were like all so cool about it, like, whoa. And then we like told him about it because that was the DM's choice because he wasn't going to be able to play anymore. And his first response, instead of being like, oh wow, I went out like a hero, was like, what, I died? We were like, but you went out like a hero. You like sacrificed yourself for the whole party. Because I was going to be like, I got it. But no, I just got, push down kind of thing. What a time. Always nice to level up, then they can go on to battle dragons or something. True, exactly. You take down these big bads, you get to take down bigger big bads by being more strong. I remember as the idiot who drew 13 cards from the deck. of many things. The deck of many things. That's interesting. I don't think I have to draw any cards. Well, I'm also just always a fighter. I don't do a lot of cool stuff. Or have a lot of cool things. I am just the cool fists. Oh, I don't think we made it to Druid. Druids are cool. They like just literally turn into animals and stuff. Fighter. Classic. Classic me. Monk. Monk is also really cool. All the classes are really cool in their own way. Paladin. Oh my gosh, the picture for the paladin. Okay, you are level 5. So we have a proficiency bonus. A +3. And we have an extra attack. Oh, that's cool. We are the... I don't even know how to spell... I say that. Arakora, the bird person. I did like the Kenku idea. I also thought about Kenkus, but they're more of like crows and ravens. Versus like more of a dove. Okay, this person sold. I said use left gate. By the way, Melinda, I don't think I caught what your D&D 5e character is. Mind sharing it? Oh, like my personal one? Well, I mean, where did I put Tomoe? For those who missed it earlier in the stream, this is my most recent character. Not counting the one that I had for the summer. I actually named him Jack because he was a samurai. To imply Samurai Jack. Loki died at the end, but then I got resurrected, so that was pretty cool. But this is my main character sheet for my latest, or before we went on hiatus. I was a charlatan fighter who became cursed, so I became like human Oni, fighter Oni. I don't think I'm even human anymore. So I was also very strong. 18 strength +4. Also put my dexterity 16 +3. Constitution's also very good. Intelligence 14. I always like balance out intelligence and wisdom. I always feel like, you know, I make those my lowest stats, which is kind of funny, but I'm like, I don't really use them. Because I'm more like, I fight first. I mean, I also think, but it's also like doing cool stuff. Usually like wizards and sorcerers need more intelligence, stuff like that. Put my charisma, so I can have some, you know, upper hands on things. Good night, Aloy. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for good lurk. You take care out there. God bless you. So I'm a cool fighter type. I also, I have a disguise kit. So I think that was my more recent stuff, where I could disguise myself as anybody. No, my most recent one was I learned the ability to mimic voices. So I had the disguise kit, then I moved to forging papers and copying signatures, and then I had like the most recent upgrade I had for my charlatan is mimicking voices. I was pretty cool. I was a cool charlatan on a quest to defeat evil. Pantalontis, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. I lean towards the intelligent classes. Fair enough. I don't know. I always like putting my stats in all the ones that I feel like for sure are going to be my most beef. I don't really use too many things that use intelligent or wisdom. But I feel like I rolled really well, so I didn't have to be like an 11 intelligence or wisdom. That's why I usually put them in my lower, the ones that I don't have to use enough. Do you need stats of the Arakora? Thank you, Mr. Waffles. Yes, please. If you have those on hand, that would be amazing. That way we can like start mixing them together like because I was kind of looking up like are there bird people? Surely there must be if there's Kenku. And there is. My God is good. Thank you for this day alarm went off. God is good. Trying to think what else we need. We have spell slots? I only have 2? Spell slots per level. Oh, we have 6? Technically? Question mark? No, maybe we don't. Does seem like a cool character. Thanks, Zerg. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's very like, instead of like fighting right off the bat, I mean, he is pretty cool as a fighter. But he's also like having to lean into that new role play of like, okay, I have the ability to forge papers. There's this one time, I mean, we did indeed get called upon the second prince to help with this mission. He didn't really give us any paperwork though. So I forged some paperwork, and so we had to like show it to some guards. When Jerry had 3 Kenku children that had no paperwork, he just kind of saved them from being eaten. I had to like forge some Kenku paperwork because our game always had like an entry kind of ID, so you had paperwork, and so I forged. I was like, distract the man. I'm forging paperwork as we speak, and I rolled for it and all that stuff, and I forged 3 paperworks for his 3 Kenku sons. And it's really funny because Jerry's character was like, because you know the guards were looking at them, and this is like son, like they literally have bird beaks and like full of hair, you know, they're little birds. And he's like, sorry, they just, you know, they have a disease and stuff like that. It's very funny. Let me put building will be no one's replied to me. But the driver's made it into the complex. He's making it. Thank you, Mr. Waffles. Whoa, creature type. Humanoid. Your size is medium. Just a little guy. Flight. Because your wings, you have flying speed equal to your walking speed. Oh my gosh, chat, you can fly 30 feet! That's cool. I am very excited to see how this character is going to play out in my campaign. Talons. I thought about that. Your talons. Wing color. Cool. Creating your character. Ability scores. Increase one score by 2. Increase different languages. Whoa. Oh, that's right. You get to choose a different language. That's nice. I don't even know what other language we do. I'm trying to see. Usually character creation takes a few hours, which is kind of bonkers. But we might end stream shortly. Mostly because I am going to eat. Because I really haven't eaten that much today. I did get to have some leftover tacos. And a protein shake, but I'm going to eat. We'll probably do like a part 2 and we'll actually fill out. I'll print out the actual character sheet and then we can go from there. I think that would be more helpful instead of like kind of writing it down. But because we've got the stats and stuff, what are you gonna eat? I ordered some chicken tenders and fries and a side of ice cream. And thank God for making the way. My mom also wanted some food and the restaurant that I ordered had a buy one get one free. So I bought 2 meals for the price of 1. God, it's so good. And that's really nice. Says it should be at my door, so hopefully they don't. One of my drivers left it on the wrong floor once, and I'm like, oop. Oprah choo-choo. I guess since we're gonna wrap up, let me move this here. Move this away. Oh, we had fun yapping, talking about D&D. Let me get the cat. Cat camera stream. Alright, Pachucha. Time to be internet famous. Meow, meow. Next stream, we're rolling for stats. We will be. There she is. Hold on, Pachucha. Hold on. Let me. If I lay you down. Just see it. Yeah, she's doing it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Of course, you gotta be crazy. And she went straight for the keyboard. Well, let me check if my food is here and then call it a stream. No, but Chocha, you will immediately start knocking things over. Okay, food is here and it smells so good. Whee! All right. Good night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. God bless you all. Remember to tend your cares to the Lord. God is good. He is always good. I got to listen to some worship music and that helped so much. Thank you for the stream. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you. Looking forward to seeing what kind of paladin is created. Yeah, me too. I'm so excited. I'm very excited to draw. For those who missed it, I love to draw people's characters. Well, obviously I draw my own characters. This is a bad guy in a different campaign. Well, that's a meme. Whoops. I always really like Azeron. I'm very proud of this D&D character. I drew this in high school. So I'm very excited to draw out Chat's character. It'll be very fun. Let's see. Ba-da-da. Yeah, thank you, Samson. I appreciate it. Everyone take it easy out there. Let me see who's on tonight. Do 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 do. Oh, that's nice. Bug is actually playing Persona 4. Hey, we're just talking about Persona 4. It's pretty cool. Hi, Blitzy. Sorry, we're wrapping up stream, but I'm glad you could come in. God bless you. You take care up there. Oh, Rabbit, you also pointed that out. That's funny. I also looked. Thank you so much. Hold on, I gotta move us. Give me 1 second. Let me BRB. Wow, my face. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. Okay, there's my talk. Imagine people who have not seen my model since we did camera stream. I don't think they were back to back. Maybe they were. But hello everyone. We are now wrapping up. So true, Rabbit. Same wavelength. I was like, how do I not dox myself trying to raid over by putting my model on? Alright. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. I'm gonna move the microphone here. I could also make this taller as I stand. JK. No, I can't, actually. Wow. I've done it. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Have a good... Oh no, Riley! Hi, Melinda. Oh, bye, Melinda. Come in. Our stream has ended. I just need to eat food since I didn't eat a lot today. But that's okay. We will have a part 2. And then I will stream on Saturday. If I have the energy for it, because I'm going to have a yard sale in the morning. And then, of course, Sunday we'll have a Bible study stream. Hi, Vincent. Bye, Vincent. We're wrapping up. Eat good and take care then. Thank you. I'm gonna eat some chicken tenders and have some ice cream. It's gonna be so good. But thank you everyone for hanging out today. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lorkers, for good lork. I hope you all enjoyed. Take care out there. God bless you. Remember, you are loved by a powerful and amazing God. And if you ever need help, I know a God that will hear your pleas. So always feel free to, you know, this could be the moment to start talking to God and start praying, getting to know him. Be cool. And remember, hope is on your side after all. Let me put... Oh, I forgot. I can't put the message in OBS. I gotta put it over here. Whoops, I almost put... I put up Katie's stream and then almost put like the raid message in her own stream. That would have been awkward. We'll hit Katie Bug with a hope stream. Oh, did I spell it wrong? What? Oh, it's 2 G's. Oop. Boog. I also forgot the VT. Alright everyone, hope you go off, enjoy some Persona 4, or if you have to log off of the internet today, I hope you all take care, get some good rest, have a good morning or afternoon wherever you're watching from. Remember to take care out there, it's really important. Pray over your mental health and your well-being. Use studio mode? Oh, that's clever, I never actually thought about that, Rabbit. Thank you, I didn't realize you could do that. The more you know. Alright, cariños. Truly take care out there. Sometimes life is hard, and our minds are not very on our side. But God is good, and He is on our side. So I just pray for you all. In Jesus' name, you just take care out there. Alright, cariños. I will see you all next time. God bless you. Bye-bye.